to a wireless utopia. The new titanium iPhone 15 Pro, on us, no trade-in needed. Enjoy unlimited wireless in the latest iPhone every year for $60 a month.
A truck is a tool, but a Ram is life. It's the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. Nice. Discover how Ram powers all the lives you live during Ram Power Days.
During Ram Power Days, get 4,000 retail consumer cash allowance on most 2023 Ram 1500 trucks. See your Ram dealer today.
Auto Quote Explorer from Progressive shows you rates from other companies, even if they're lower than ours.
Because honesty is the best policy. I ate the apple pie you left cooling on the windowsill. That's my bad.
Who are you?
This is the icon of vacations. Icon of the Seas, arriving 2024.
Lost Medicaid or CHIP coverage? Healthcare.gov is here for you.
Where can we find a low-cost health plan?
What about a plan that covers doctor visits?
Emergency care? Prescriptions?
With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month.
What's the website again?
Healthcare.gov.
Cashback is good, but double cashback is even better. Discover matches all the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year, which is cashback at its best.
You have all the ingredients for this in your fridge. But ask yourself this. Of all the times you've made it at home, has it ever tasted like our McMuffin? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Do you need help?
Do I look like I need help?
My forever partner is in this house.
Do not having to worry about getting pregnant.
That's my girl.
Let the journey begin.
Grab the keys to a new hybrid or electrified Toyota. From America's largest selection of electrified vehicles. Wherever your next California adventure takes you, take it on in a new Toyota. Get 1.99% APR plus $2,500 bonus cash on the all-electric BZ4X. Or lease one for just $339 a month. Toyota. Let's
Yeah,
go
so
places.
Colorado and Oregon game comes on in 45 minutes, you guys.
Now streaming 24/7.
Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. We going crazy.
Coach, you're now -1 in the turnover margin. What was your message to your offense after that mistake?
We got to go right back. You know, we just missed the protection. We got to cross it over with the back there. Good play by them. You know, unfortunate we fumbled it, but great play. But hey, we got to go right back. And we've been moving the ball the whole game, so let's just respond. This is how you win games like this. They're not going to lay down, and neither are we. So we got it to the fourth quarter. Got a heck of a matchup. We got to find a way to win it.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Well, confirming your suspicion, Greg, that it was Maffa who missed that block on the big turnover. On the first play of the fourth quarter, Klubnik threw toward Adam Randall. Crowd thought he was being held by Azaria Thomas. No flag. Tied at 24. Florida State has lost 7 in a row to Clemson. But they dump Shipley. Renardo Green up from the corner for a 2-yard loss. Mike Norvell's team overall has won 9 straight back to last year.
Man, how about Renardo Green right here, coming up right on the outside. He has contained, but he recognized the opportunity to deliver a big hit, and he does so to set up 3rd and long.
3rd and 12. Well, something has to give here today. Clemson's won 25 straight conference home games. That streak on the line today. Here's pressure. Klubnik got it off quickly. Diving catch made short of the first down. Troy Stellato has become a big factor today. In fact, he has an 8-yard gain on that catch, his 4th catch of the day.
Back-to-back incredible plays by Renardo Green, the 5th-year senior. Makes the tackle behind the line of scrimmage on Shipley to allow his defensive coordinator to call an all-out pressure. Then he's on an island against a slant moving away, and he makes the tackle short of the line to gain. Just a terrific sequence there from the corner.
Aiden Swanson, end over end, fair catch signal, and made by Keon Coleman. Just a spectacular day of college football here on ABC. Right after we're finished, we send you to Eugene for the top 20 matchup. Number 19, Colorado at number 10, Oregon tonight. Saturday Night Football presented by Capital One. Number 3, Texas against Baylor. And still almost the entire 4th quarter to go here after a 39-yard punt. Jordan Travis and the Noles on offense. They had 1 first down as a team in the 3rd quarter, where they scored 10 points with that defensive touchdown. From their own 13. The design rollout for Travis. Throwing it up for Wilson, and he can't play it. Well covered by Nate Wiggins.
Continue to be impressed by this Clemson secondary. Wiggins there. This is a really tough draw against these Florida State wide receivers. They have great length. They can separate. They can make contested catches, but they have been draped on them most of the afternoon, making it very difficult for Jordan Travis and company.
Those were the numbers starting today. A lob and a catch on the run by Benson. Up the sideline. Jeremiah Trotter didn't get him. And that led to much more. Run after the catch. Jaden Lucas finally to stop. 29 yards.
This is a heck of a throw by Jordan Travis. He knows that he has an unblocked defender that's coming right at him. He has to loft it over the defender, and he does so beautifully right to the outstretched arms of Benson. That is such a difficult throw. It doesn't look like it, but my goodness, what a play.
For 29 yards, Travis is now thrown for 221. Plenty of time. Throwing the wheel route and juggled and incomplete. Off the hands of Jaheim Bell. They have the linebacker Barrett Carter covering him again. And as Wes Goodwin, the defense coordinator, said yesterday, Jaheim Bell's a problem because he can hurt you in so many ways.
Yeah, that's the matchup you want if you're Florida State. Goes to show you just how athletic these linebackers are for Clemson. To have a linebacker running in space against a speedy tight end, that's a difficult matchup for most, but not for Kyle Carter.
Florida State still has not led today. They were down 10-0, 17-7. They were down by 7 again before the defensive touchdown tied it up. Benson stopped for no gain. Here's 3rd down and 10. Big play call for the 41-year-old head coach Mike Norvell.
I get a one-on-one situation at the top with your big body wide receiver against Jaden Lucas. That's where I'd be looking if I'm Jordan Travis.
Clemson acting as though they might bring pressure. They did! And it is caught by Wilson in the middle of the field, but way short of the first down. R.J. Mickens came on a safety blitz. And I would think that they would punt with 6 yards to go in their own territory.
That was a heck of a play there by Jordan Travis. Pretty fortunate, though, that Big Johnny Wilson was on the receiving end. So kind of threw that one up for grabs. And another timely pressure from the defensive coordinator, Wes Goodwin, on 3rd down.
Wes Goodwin said he's much more comfortable and confident himself in his 2nd year as the coordinator. Mastromano. Good end-over-end kick. Oh, boy. They let it bounce. And that was a mistake. Greedy Vance down to down it. It was Hamp Green, who's not usually their punt returner, back there. 51-yard punt. You're watching ESPN Afternoon College Football on ABC, presented by Gillette Labs.
With wet AMD, sometimes I worry my world is getting smaller because of my sight. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments, which means doing more of what I love. Vabysmo is the only treatment designed to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye, or are allergic to it or any of its ingredients. Treatments like Vabysmo can cause eye infection or retinal detachment. Vabysmo may cause a temporary increase in eye pressure after receiving the injection. Although uncommon, there is a potential risk of heart attack or stroke associated with blood clots.
Open up your world.
A chance for up to 4 months between treatments with Vabysmo. Ask your doctor.
Hey, used to have a silver tooth and I was just a pup. I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to shoot us up. I let shorty clean the business, I been diving in the rough. Hey, first order of biz, no snitch. And I try to keep it silent, but the kids don't listen. And birthday, got another hit, no flinch. And I tell them, son, watch it, I can fit both wrists. And we used to have a silver tooth, but I was just a pup. Wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to shoot us up. I let shorty clean the business, I been diving in the rough. Hey.
Rated M for mature.
The chaos is coming, Guardian. I dare you to defy
I'll be there in 30 minutes, I think.
See you there. I'm moving. Please. Oh, thank you.
Rerouting.
Class-leading safety and tech features to elevate your commute. The all-new Hyundai Kona.
Dancing with the Stars season premiere live Tuesday on ABC and Disney+.
Kevin and Boog back in studio. Prime time coming to ABC next. Number 19, Colorado, and number 10, Oregon.
Well, this is going to be his most important coaching performance today because his team is undermanned. So how do you get an undermanned team to play up to a level that they're capable of? It starts with coaching.
They are 3 touchdown underdogs, but do not count out Colorado. Sean, Greg, Molly, back to you.
Looking forward to that one right after we're finished here, and this is a dandy. Klubnik throwing for Bo Collins incomplete. 1-11 a year ago, 3-0 this season. Only 3 teams have started 4-0 after losing 11 or more.
It's truly remarkable what he's done. 86 new players, 50-plus new scholarship players. Just wild the turnaround in Colton.
Here's Phil Maffa squirting through the middle. And a big third down coming up here. The punt has pinned Clemson in deep. And if Florida State forces a 3-and-out, they should have excellent field position. Clemson would be punting into the breeze here. Not a heavy wind. Maffa remains the running back. Klubnik threw it to him. Lots of green grass. He tries to go up and over and gets shoved out of bounds with a first down as he tried to clear Kevin Knowles. It's a 12-yard gain.
It's a very aggressive defense. You can see the misdirection, though, immediately there called by Garrett Riley. Little fake to the left. Maffa's out in the flat to the right with some blockers out in front as he goes vertical to try to get up over that defender. What a great call there by Garrett Riley.
Shipley stopped for no gain. Of course, Garrett Riley was the offensive coordinator last year at TCU. The team that went to the national championship game. The 2 years prior to that, he was also under Sonny Dykes at SMU. Each of those 3 seasons, they were in the top 15 in the country in scoring offense and averaged at least 36 points per game in each of them. He won the Broyles Award last year with that resume. Was the top assistant in the country. Even though they only scored 7 points at Duke, they had over 400 yards of offense in that loss. False start here against the Tigers.
Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
It's the only game in the history of Clemson football in 128 years when they had 200 yards of rushing and passing offense and lost. And they found the rhythm the last couple of weeks against lesser competition. 66 points against Charleston Southern and 48 against Florida Atlantic.
Does a great job and has really done a nice job with Cade Klubnik these last couple of weeks.
Just 34 years old. Klubnik steps into the pocket and throws too far. The receiver hooked it up. Bo Collins. Here's 3rd down and 14. Garrett Riley had just finished coaching in the national championship game. He said, I got to bed about 3 o'clock in the morning after we lost, and he had a text message from Dabo Swinney at 7 a.m. on that Tuesday morning. Would you be interested? By Thursday, he and his family were here at Clemson. Tough play call for him on 3rd down and 14. Klubnik dumps it off. Bo Collins at the 20, well short of the first down. Got 4, needed 14. Well played by Zaire Thomas. Braden Fisk put the heat on Klubnik.
Another nice job by the Seminole secondary, having to make a play on 3rd and long in the open field. That time they drop out, try to keep everything in front of them. The last time Clemson was in 3rd and long, they pressured. That time they drop out, a little change it up as far as the tendencies are concerned, and they drop them for a stop. What a great job there by the Seminoles.
Keon Coleman back for the Aiden Swanson punt. It is a deke. Coleman went to the left when the ball was coming to the right sideline. Now it's a different Florida State player who picks it up. Lawrence Toafili. That's worked in the past for FSU, but not this time. 62-yard punt, 8:18 to go, still tied.
Take home a souvenir or 6. Follow your team wherever they go. Handle any curveball. Then find something new to cheer about. It's the flexibility you want, only at Southwest.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's with the sandwich names?
Oh, they're just nods to my time in the Army.
Oh, but what's the Stephen named after?
Stephen is from Navy Federal Credit Union. They've been helping with my finances since I enlisted. You want another Stephen?
Keep them coming, Hannah.
Okay.
Maybe someday I could get a sandwich named after me. No.
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
To the people who reach into a carton of warm, crispy, golden, perfectly salted McDonald's world-famous fries and return with just one. Who are you, and how do you do that? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Did you know one of Nissan's EVs survived the North Pole? And one can go 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. And they're all emission-free. But don't get an EV for the E. Get it because it pins you to your seat. Sparks your imagination and takes your breath away. Take you to the future. Nissan EVs aren't just electric. They electrify you.
Lunch?
Yes, please.
That'll be $23.
Your ad says it's free.
Yeah, it is for our Economy Ultimate passengers who paid extra.
I'll just have water.
Okay, sure. Cash or card?
For water? Well, at AT&T, when we offer you our best iPhone deals, we guarantee it. Even on the new iPhone 15 Pro, made with titanium. Not that you don't keep your word. It's just that you haven't.
What?
Only AT&T gives everyone our best deals on any iPhone with any popular plan. Guaranteed. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us.
Sometimes we lose
Sometimes we win, sometimes we try to fit it all in. Sometimes we don't know what's in store. Sometimes we find what we're looking for. Sometimes we're rolling easy and free. Sometimes 1 and 1 makes 3. So much to love along this ride. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
ABC College Football is presented by Gillette Labs, the next generation of shaving.
John McDonough, Greg McElroy, Molly McGrath in Clemson, South Carolina. A dandy for supremacy in the ACC, although there are other teams in the conference who think this might be their year as well. A lot of football to be played this season, but this is a huge game, as it is every year. Jordan Travis after a 62-yard punt by Aiden Swanson. Knowles thought they'd have better field position than this. Travis pulled it back and fired it over the head of Johnny Wilson. Hard to do. That's been a good battle out there on the edge with Nate Wiggins in coverage.
Right there, a little run-pass option. It looked like Travis there had plenty of room. If he wanted to run that, he would have gained 7 or 8 yards, no problem whatsoever. It felt like Johnny Wilson got behind the defender, decided to cut it loose, and unfortunately for him, missed the mark.
18 of 28 for 225. And he's rushed for a touchdown. Jordan Travis, another one launched deep. Too far in front of Keon Coleman. Jaden Lucas. Singled out by Wes Goodwin yesterday for fine play. Said he's playing with a lot of confidence as a sophomore. He had the coverage. They're 3 out of 10 on third down. Mike Norvell's Knowles. Four-man rush with a spy. Now the spy comes after Travis. On target to Wilson, but short of the first down. There is a flag in the offensive backfield. Looked like Xavier Thomas was held by Jeremiah Byers. He was.
And this has been a difficult matchup all game for Jeremiah Byers. As Xavier Thomas trying to work around the edge. You see him just grab at the jersey and throw Thomas to the ground. Easy call by the official. Would have been 4th and short, but it looks like they're going to accept the penalty, which is a little surprising given where they're at on the field.
Yeah, it would have been 4th and about 2. And I don't think Florida State would have gone for that on their own 26 or 27-yard line. Dabo hoping for another stop on 3rd and 19. Get even better field position after a punt. 8 minutes to go. And a timeout called by Clemson.
First charge timeout. Clemson.
24-24 in Death Valley. 7:57 remaining.
Our oldest son, Stephen, had been stationed in the Marine Corps. He came home on a visit.
We hadn't seen him for so long.
Stephen said, I haven't had a Chick-fil-A sandwich in over 3 years.
It was late at night.
We were closing, and the phone rings. Stephen explains his situation, and I told him to come inside, and we were going to get him whatever he would like.
Stephen gobbled up that sandwich in like 2 bites. It's been a while since we've seen him.
We miss him.
We brought a care package for Steve.
I'll take that.
Oh, my goodness.
Saturdays are about 2 things. Heading to the Home Depot and
Welcome to College Game Day, built by the Home Depot.
watching football.
What a smooth handoff.
Watching a lot of football.
They're taking that to the house.
Nice technique. Even football here.
And football snacks.
The Home Depot and College Game Day.
The perfect Saturday.
Upgrade your home with a Samsung Bespoke Smart Refrigerator at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
She's a champion.
Travis Kelce is a champion twice.
Dude, it's my new ringtone.
Travis, zip it. It's your year, big guy. Let's get you ready.
With 16 grams of protein per can in chunky spicy chicken noodle, soup that eats like a meal.
Something amazing is happening here. Inventory is practically moving itself, quickly and securely. Classrooms are getting more immersive. Data is powering insights and imagination. CDW partners with you to get the most from your technology. We work with you to plan it, build it at scale, and manage it, so you can do amazing things. Make amazing happen. CDW.
Full-time fans, your drive never goes unnoticed, and you deserve a reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Let me be direct. You're watching football wrong. What do you call a guy in face paint that can't get the game? A clown.
Sorry, what was it again? No, just give me a second.
Amateurs.
Sorry, everybody.
DirecTV Sports Central gives you access to every game. So you never have to compromise on game day.
Was that necessary?
I was just illustrating a point.
Access NFL Sunday Ticket on us. Get a $400 reward card.
Okay.
He's Gary, the Golden Bachelor. Premieres Thursday on ABC.
With a big defensive play for Dabo Swinney, came flying down the sideline to call timeout. And after he did, he wasn't happy with what they had going on there, obviously. After he came down and got the timeout, he went running back and got right in the face of Wes Goodwin again. Not happy with the defensive coordinator. Kind of threw Wes under the bus at the interview at the end of the first half as well. But can the defense make the play they did? After the timeout, it's Xavier Thomas.
Just relentless pursuit, a three-man rush, but Thomas coming off the right edge. They even have help with their tight ends, try to help the protection. It still doesn't matter. Can't take a sack against a three-man rush. That ball's got to come out a little sooner because this makes this punt very difficult.
Second sack for Clemson. Well, after Swanson's big punt, flip the field position. Florida State needs one, and they get a good one from Mastromanno. Sending Green back inside his 35. And he's to the 43, perhaps the 44. Here's Kevin Nagandi.
Sean, we got a great one in Death Valley right now. We hope to have a good one in Eugene. Bo Nix, he's been fantastic in the offense, coach.
Leading an offense that's averaging over 50 points a game. He's been outstanding, especially the intermediate to deep ball.
Speaking of fantastic, Shedeur Sanders, even though he's been dealing with a ton of pressure and hit 55 times this season, he's been outstanding leading the FBS in passing yards and touchdowns when pressured. Oregon, Colorado, less than 40 minutes away on ABC. Back to you, Sean.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. Last three Clemson drives. 3 plays in that fumble returned by Florida State for a touchdown. 4 plays and a punt, 6 plays and a punt. After they'd scored on 4 of the previous 5 possessions. Bo Collins, powerful run after the catch, an 8-yard completion from Cade Klubnik.
I like the call there by Garrett Riley. Easy completion for your quarterback to kind of get the drive started, give him confidence back.
And trouble. And Klubnik got back on it. That was reminiscent of the Duke game. A costly missed exchange down around the goal line.
This is a run play, but you have the option as a quarterback to throw it if you like the coverage to the outside. Shipley goes to receive the ball, and he runs into Klubnik as he's trying to throw it. Just an unfortunate exchange right there that resulted in the lost yardage.
3rd down and 6. 6:10 to go. The play clock has expired. guess the conversation might be, was it properly reset?
There is no foul for a delay of game. The play clock was never reset accordingly. It is third down. Please reset the game clock to 6 minutes, 17 seconds. Thank you.
The equalizing score. The fumble return by Kalen DeLoach, 56 yards. Second defensive touchdown of the year for Florida State. They didn't have any last year. 5 for 11 on third down, the Tigers. Klubnik against the blitz. Got rid of it. The crowd wants pass interference. And a late flag comes flying in. Mike Norvell can't believe it. It was Shaheem Brown who blitzed for Coach Norvell.
Pass interference. Defense number 8.
Wow, that is a huge call.
The spot foul. First down.
Renardo Green had the coverage on Bo Collins.
Let's look at the contact. Definitely it is pass interference. As you see, Renardo Green, ton of contact as Bo Collins is trying to release and come back to his quarterback on a curl route. But a lot of contact. Obviously, the ball was forced out. I'm sure Mike Norvell saying is uncatchable, but either way, that's a good call.
It looked like Bo Collins had his arm around the hip of Renardo Green. Here's Cade Klubnik. That was an enormous call. Let's go back to it and bring in Matt Austin. Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you have to call this. The defender had his hand all over the shoulder pad. Now, the ball was thrown sooner than anybody thought, but if they'd have let go and the ball would have been thrown normally, I don't think you'd have had anything.
He had a pretty good grab of him there. I think you're right.
Yes, he did.
So Klubnik, the ball carrier. And is it possible that this game might come down to a kick by Jonathan Weitz? It's already an incredible story. The kicker, who was no longer in the program, got a call Sunday to come be their kicker. Showed up on Monday and has been flawless so far today. 3 extra points and a made field goal. Clemson down to 1 timeout. 5:20 to go. Florida State and Clemson tied at 24.
I used to watch the Heisman House every year on TV. And I'd always wonder, is it real? It's very real.
Take a little bit more up top.
Now that I've been here a while, it's a lot like campus. We have roommates.
Hey, Caleb, just try and keep it down. It's nap time.
Of course, there's a gym.
10. All right, people, here we go. Looking good, RG3.
No, you're looking good, RG3. Yeah, so it's a lot like...
rookie. We're doing a ticky-tock.
Pound. Just like campus.
Pack all the things. Roll with the punches. Then go when you wanna. It's the flexibility you want, only at Southwest.
For he's a jolly good man. Mostly good mammal. Which nobody can deny. Even that guy. Celebrate our big damn birthday and save. Only at Duluth Trading.
Get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium from Boost Infinite and transcend to a wireless utopia. The new titanium iPhone 15 Pro on us with no trade-in needed. Infinitely better.
Geico makes car insurance easy.
Enjoy your flight. You too.
As easy as saying the wrong thing.
Me too. Really?
What?
Dad, why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
Do I look like I'm going on vacation, sir?
It's not how airports work, man.
You could?
Dad.
Are we leaving or...
I don't even want to go on vacation anymore.
I thought I knew you.
She has hairspray that is over the limit.
With an app that puts your policy in your pocket, it's easy to Geico.
And you're not wearing socks. Get a grip, man.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
You're somebody and loving, and what you gonna be? There will be something in your eyes. You're somebody, hey!
Save the sleeve. Grab Kleenex.
The
Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, like 2 times miles on every purchase.
The noise canceling. You're being too loud. Thank you. Good choice. Ooh, my lucky number.
Earn 5 times miles on flights.
Enjoy your stay.
Going up?
And 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel. Plus, get access to over 1,300 airport lounges.
White wine, please.
And maybe see the one and only Taylor Swift. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
For legal reasons, we can't say an Egg McMuffin is a hangover cure. But it probably wouldn't hurt to have one delivered. Just putting it out there. Order McDelivery in the app.
They first met in 1970. So many big games throughout the years, Florida State and Clemson, and another one here today. Florida State has the nation's 4th longest active winning streak back to last year. They haven't defeated Clemson since 2014. Clemson has not trailed today. Twice had a 10-point lead, 2nd and 2. And a first down run by Will Shipley. With a pickup of 4, Kalen DeLoach, with the game-tying defensive score, made the tackle. And when they snap it next, they'll be under 5 minutes to go. And Clemson now not in any hurry, in scoring position with a chance to take the lead.
Being very mindful of the clock. Cade Klubnik actually came all the way to the Clemson sideline to get that play call. So
yes, y'all, this is legit. The game come on after this game. It's going to go right on. All right, so make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. The game will be on in about 10 minutes. It's legit, okay?
By Tatum Bethune.
You see?
My goodness. And they're helping Klubnik get his shoulder pads back inside his uniform.
And Tatum Bethune is just a heat-seeking missile. He identifies the quarterback on the slow draw with pull action out in front. And he delivers a huge hit to Cade Klubnik en route to setting up 2nd and long.
Klubnik listed at 6'2", 205. 2nd down and 7. Pressure off the corner. They throw it to the other side, and it's a 1-yard pickup on the pass play to Shipley. DeLoach, another big play. Shipley with 4 catches now, tied for the team high.
Similar circumstances, backed up in their own end. They used a little misdirection where they faked the throw to the left, and they ran their running back out to the flat. With a right-handed quarterback getting him on the move to the right, if they reload Shipley into the backfield, that could be really effective. Here's the reload right now.
3rd down and 6. On target. Klubnik to Tyler Brown for a first down to the 12-yard line. The play of 13.
Clearly, Florida State very aware of where Shipley's at. They get him moving to the right, identifying man coverage, and they find a quality matchup there over the middle as the freshman Brown continues to deliver big moments for this offense.
Grew up just down the road in Green.
Let's go, y'all.
Wanted to play for Clemson. They weren't recruiting.
Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Colorado versus Oregon comes on right after this game.
Thought he might be going to Minnesota. Then after Thanksgiving of last year, they made him an offer. And he's been a very important player. Shipley stopped. And is it time for Florida State to start thinking about timeouts? Clemson has plenty of time left. They're in field goal range. It's Florida State who might need the time. Letting the clock run. And the possibility of an unbelievable Hollywood ending grows as Whites pace the sideline. They fake a trick play, and the ball's batted down by Patrick Payton. 3rd down and 11. 11, and it also stops the clock.
Yeah, more importantly, stops the clock here. Try to go with a little misdirection. Peyton plays it perfectly, beats it around the right-hand side, and at 6'5" and change, it's going to be difficult to get that throw up and over the top. Don't love that play call there from Garrett Riley at all.
And they had it covered everywhere.
I can't end it because the game comes on after this game.
In coverage, 1:55 to go, third down and 11. 10th play of the possession. They bring pressure. Klubnik, and a big tackle, another big play by Patrick Payton, and now Norvell will use his first timeout.
Charge timeout. Florida State.
With a minute 49 to go. And here comes Jonathan Whites. And if you joined us late, Whites was in the football program the previous 4 seasons as a backup. In 4 years here, never attempted a field goal. Kicked 3 extra points, 3 for 3, won each of the last 3 years. Most recently on senior day when they let him kick one at the end of a rout against Miami. He left the program knowing that Robert Gunn would be the kicker this year, even though he had a year of eligibility left. Gunn has struggled. Dabo Swinney's son said, Jonathan White still has eligibility. He's in school. He's in grad school, doing it online in Charleston. Dabo called him Sunday. White was here Monday. Kicked well during the week. And he made a 30-yard field goal to start the scoring today. He's made 3 extra points. Dabo Swinney said it's either going to be great or terrible. This would be the ultimate greatness. Middle of the field. From the 20-yard line. A 30-yard kick. And it is no good! Mom, Lisa, the Whites family, Jonathan, the dad, they can't believe it.
Wow. Perfect snap, perfect hold, good contact. Unfortunately, though, that left foot angled just a little bit wide. And he pulls that ball just outside the left upright. What would have been a Hollywood ending.
Well, the writers are on strike.
Just agony as the field goal unit continues to play this Clemson Tiger team.
So now a chance for the dramatic ending for Florida State on the road. Jordan Travis up the sideline. What a catch! A hands catch by Johnny Wilson. And they're all the way out to their own 45.
Wow, what a catch. Working against Jaden Lucas. The coverage is decent, but he gets behind him just enough as Jordan Travis drops it in the bucket. And the 6'7" Johnny Wilson reels it in. What an incredible way to start the drive.
Travis, a good fake. Travis got away and then slid down after he escaped T.J. Parker. Neither team stopping the clock with 1:05 to go. Might it come down to the foot of Ryan Fitzgerald. Travis hooks it up for grabs, incomplete. Wilson again with Lucas in coverage, and he had help coming over the top from Shelton Lewis. Seconds to go. Not in field goal range for Fitzgerald at the moment. FSU 3 for 11 on third down. Travis after the pump on target for a first down to Johnny Wilson to the Clemson 39.
And the excellent job at protection, too, by Florida State. They've struggled a little bit with the speed rush of Clemson, and that time they give Travis plenty of time.
18-yard play. Travis too high for Wilson. He was under duress from Ruka Rororo.
As a quarterback here, you know you're kind of right there on the fringe of field goal. You got to be thinking pressure by the defense because Wes Goodman's thinking, hey, we got to knock them out of field goal range. So Mike Norvell and his quarterback, they have to understand that Clemson's likely going to be aggressive. How quickly can you get the ball out? How quickly can you find a receiver in space to see if they can create some yards after the catch?
Fitzgerald's career long is 53. That was in 2021. Be longer than that from here. Travis up for Coleman. Well covered at the 20-yard line. Broken up by Jalen Phillips. They have these big receivers. They're happy to put them in one-on-one situations and hope they win the jump balls. They didn't win that one.
Mike Norvell here. I might think about the possibility of a screen. Wes Goodwin has been very aggressive. They blitz. If they overload my protection, I might be able to hit my back out in the backfield or receiver in space to see if I can't make this field goal a little more manageable.
Third down and 10, 23 seconds to go. Tied at 24. The Noles have not led today. Pressure up the middle. Travis flush. Fires and it's incomplete. Looked like Wilson had hands on it, but so did Nate Wiggins. And what will Coach Norvell do on 4th and 10 at the 39? Too long for the field goal try, so they're going to go for it. You like this move, Greg?
I do. I would take a timeout. This snap is too important to kind of rush out there and not get a good look at what the defense is going to do.
And it's Clemson that uses the timeout. It's last.
Final timeout. Clemson, 30 seconds.
And to me, that's interesting too, because if you're Clemson and you get a stop here, you're one play away from field goal range again. You might want that timeout to get the field goal team out there, stop the clock. Now you're not going to have it.
And you always have to keep one in your pocket for the kicker, but with 18 seconds left, this play likely to take at least 5 or 6. You still have to go about 20 yards, and of course, with being under 2 minutes, the clock will stop after a first down. You would have enough time to potentially get up, spike the ball, but either way, keeping that timeout in your hip pocket would have been extremely valuable for Clemson there.
These fans want to believe their reign as the dominant force in the ACC is not over. Florida State wants to announce it is back in a big way. 4th down and 10, 18 to go. They brought pressure. Travis deep down the middle and incomplete. Looking for Keon Coleman. Double coverage arrived. It was Wiggins who's down who had the primary coverage.
And it was a good job buying a little time by Jordan Travis, working one-on-one, little contact at the top, but either way, and then you see how Wiggins kind of lands awkwardly on that left leg. Hopefully he's okay, still down on the ground. It was well defended there by Clemson, and really kind of a Hail Mary situation there by Jordan Travis.
Well, Travis saw that grab in the middle of the route, despite the fact that he was being pressured. Wiggins has had a good day. Junior from Atlanta who had some rough moments earlier in his career, but has come on. Had a pick six in the ACC title win against North Carolina last year. He's on his feet with his left foot off the ground. So now 12 seconds, Greg. They're on their own 39, and they don't have a timeout. I mean, it's good enough field position. You have to try to do something, don't you?
Absolutely. I think you could try without question, but understand every single throw you make as a quarterback has to go in one of two places, either beyond the sticks, and then you're alerting your team right now in the huddle, hey, if we get a first down on a completion, receiver has to declare down immediately, and we got to hustle as a group up there so we can spike the ball and stop the clock. So you can do that, or you can work the perimeter. You can work the sideline and obviously stop the clock with any player that goes out of bounds.
They've used their last two timeouts on defense, 2 of their 3 in this half. Klubnik's had a nice day, 24 for 35, 283 and a touchdown. No interceptions. He did lose a fumble against a blitzer that he didn't see. Conservative play call, but Shipley.
Y'all, the game comes on in literally 2 minutes right after this game. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe.
And they wind the clock. They're not even lining up to try to spike it. Oh, boy, did they mismanage this.
I wound it. That's the end of the fourth quarter. Overtime.
Yeah, that last time out. Anyway, on we go. Bonus football, and why not on this glorious day in Clemson, South Carolina. Overtime after this.
Bro, say, man, this goat done took over our office. And he's using it to send out medical bills. Good hands. Hospital bill for Prime. Did you just say gap? He's talking about expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Good thing Coach Prime knows about. Say it one time. Aflac. Because Aflac gets you money to help close that gap. Now, how do we get this goat out of here? Aflac. Meet one of my new homies.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
Elephant would have been scarier.
Another double dose of Monday Night Football. On ABC, Hurts and the Eagles soar into Tampa Bay. On ESPN, the Rams face Burrow and the Bengals. Eagles Buccaneers at 7 on ABC. Rams Bengals at 8 on ESPN.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota. Get out there and make the most of California's best season in a reliable SUV or powerful truck. Start your next adventure in a new Toyota. Right now, get low 3.99% APR on the dynamic RAV4 or spacious Highlander, or lease a RAV4 for as low as $379 a month.
Grab the keys, let's go.
Toyota, let's go places.
We're all hoping tomorrow will be better than today. My name is Bree Crowell, and we're working to build a safer energy system that's more reliable and more affordable in the long run for every Californian. Whether it's stronger poles that can withstand extreme weather, undergrounding lines to prevent wildfires, or installing powerful new technologies to spot problems faster. Our PG&E team knows every connection matters, and we take pride in the things we do. That's why we're proud to help build a better future for our hometowns and yours.
Let's Dance Week. Next live.
Kevin Nagani in studio reminding you we got a top 20 showdown in Eugene coming your way. Colorado and Oregon kickoff on ABC. That's ahead. Back to a great one and a great finish in Death Valley, Sean.
Yep, just the second all-time overtime game.
For overtime. Brought to you by Modelo.
Here are the overtime rules presented by Modelo. Coin toss, winner decides they want to play offense or defense or which end of the field to play on. They almost always decide to go on defense, and that's what Clemson just did. Each team gets a possession from the opponent's 25-yard line in the first 2 overtimes. And then the new 2-point conversion rules to try to make sure the game ends at some point. Those are the overtime rules presented by Modelo. Dabo Swinney trying to fire up the crowd. The only previous overtime game in this series was the last time Florida State won in Tallahassee playing without suspended Jameis Winston. Here's Jaheim Bell on the first play of overtime. And he's stacked up after a 1-yard gain. The primary defender, Tyler Davis. In 2014, Florida State came back from a halftime deficit of 10-3 to win. Second and 9. Jordan Travis throwing into single coverage, and the catch made. They keep firing those jump balls, and that time Keon Coleman brought it down for the touchdown. 24 yards, and Florida State leads for the first time today.
What an incredible catch by Keon Coleman and tremendous recognition by his quarterback, Jordan Travis. A moment ago, Nate Wiggins injured on that long fourth down play. So he's working against Jaden Lucas, the young sophomore, talented player, but a guy that's probably not going to be able to win that 50-50 ball against the incredible Coleman.
Every point important in overtime. Fitzgerald's PAT is good. Keon Coleman, the transfer from Michigan State, is 5 for 86 and 2 touchdowns today. Using that 6'4", 215-pound frame. Started his career at Michigan State, but he had been recruited by Florida State. The staff had a relationship. The view from the progressive pylon camera. He thought Florida State had a chance to win big. And he's a big reason why they got off to that opening win against LSU when he had 3 touchdowns in his debut. And another good throw by Travis.
Terrific throw. And every time that ball's in the air in a 50-50 situation and Coleman's on the receiving end, it's more like an 80-20. The guy does that almost every week, and now Cade Klubnik takes the field looking for an answer.
Have to have the touchdown and the extra point. That's why you go on defense first. You know what you have to do when you get the ball. In an up and down day for this Clemson offense. Pressured, Klubnik got it off, and it's an incomplete pass for Shipley.
Fucking overtime, you guys. This happened last week, but the game is about to come on. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe.
Gone out of the crowd here.
Luckily, Colorado don't start their game until after this game. Let's go.
The only noise we hear right now is the Florida State small section, the far left corner, chanting defense. Palpable tension from the home crowd. Shipley, tough run. He was not going to be stopped. He is 6 inches from another first down. Third down, less than a yard. Shipley, the lone running back again. They faked it to him. They throw it out wide and lost yardage. Adam Randall stopped by Renardo Green. And the crowd boos the play call. Well, they got a little fancy late in regulation, and that one seems to me to be overthinking it, Greg.
Yes, and they give Cade Klubnik the freedom. If he likes to look to the left, he can throw it. But that's really designed to be a handoff. As an older quarterback, you will understand the down and distance and what you need in order to get a fresh set of downs. Instead, he throws it out, set up 4th and 2 for the game.
About a yard and a half that they have to have, or it's ball game over. Klubnik deflected and incomplete. Florida State wins at Clemson. They beat the Tigers for the first time since 2014. The return to Providence continues
team, specifically your defense, with that final stand?
What a response. And, we talk about that all the time. These guys have incredible heart. They played, I told them it was going to take 60 minutes, and then going in overtime, it took a few more. But just love what I saw from our guys. Never panicked. Just continue to play. There's some, obviously some ugly moments, but, they just continue to fight and did what we needed to do to get the win.
Speaking of heart, Jordan Travis pressured a lot in the first half. What kind of guts did you see from your quarterback down the stretch?
Well, he's a winner, and he's just such a great leader for this team. The way our guys compete, the way that they continue to push. This has been a hard-earned win, something we've been working for 4 years, and just so proud to see our team come on the road, be able to get it done in a hostile environment.
You said that Clemson is the benchmark program in the ACC. You just beat them. What does that say about what you are building here at Florida State?
We're going to continue on our climb every day, just try to get better, try to capitalize the moments we get. And these players, they work their tails off. We got great guys, we got the right fit, right? And now it's just time to continue to take those positive steps to where we're going.
All right, thank you, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thanks so much, and go Noles.
He's done a fantastic job, and what a win on the road here today. And you look at their schedule going forward, they might be favored in every game they have the rest of this season. Classic battle today here at Clemson. Final score in overtime, Florida State 31, Clemson 24. Patrick Payton, a big play on the last play to deflect it out of the air. For our great crew, Sean McDonough saying so long from Clemson, South Carolina.
Sean, thank you. What a finish there in Death Valley. We're getting ready. Phil Knight, Nike founder, big Oregon supporter, also had the Dion Diamond turf shoe. We've got Colorado and Oregon coming up on ABC in less than a minute. Stick around. Should be a fantastic game.
Will you marry me?
Yeah. If you like pina colada.
True love and marriage starts here.
I can't stop myself from falling.
Bruno! Bruno! Pup on the run? No problem.
Right, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. The game comes on in 5 minutes, you guys. Get me through the algorithm. Let's go.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get 0% APR financing for 36 months on the Rogue Platinum, or get a low $369 per month lease on Rogue.
Take climate action to build a better Bay Area and a better Earth.
This showdown has been circled in the 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific time slot. But we all know that wherever you're watching right now from across the country, it's actually prime time. Colorado's Coach Prime has said, I ain't hard to find. Look no further.
It's going to be a different feel, a different attitude, a different energy. We're going to outwork them. You got to work. We're going to work win. It's time. We're going to win right now, not later. That man next to you is a miracle. Every darn thing you got right now. That man next to you is a dog. Let's go hunt today. That man next to you is somebody that got to have it today. I got receipts. You believe in you. You believe in that. I believe. We ain't coming no more.
Oh, we're here. All of America is here. For the last 3 weeks, we've been everywhere. For every moment. Understandably obsessed with this unexpected cultural phenomenon. It's Coach Prime and the Upstart Buffs. And now, we're here is right here in Oregon. It's time to answer Coach Prime's favorite question. Do you believe? And here he is, Deion Sanders. From one of the greatest players of all time to the most wildly intriguing, irresistibly attention-getting head coach, leading out his 3-0 Colorado Buffaloes. As we welcome you to ABC College Football, presented by Capital One. And the Dr. Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week. From here at Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon, the very impressive 10th-ranked Ducks hosting the ultimate upstarts, number 19 Colorado. And just put on those
sunglasses, those shades, and settle in for a few hours for this one, folks. Joe Tessitore alongside my partner, Jesse Palmer. And that Coach Prime effect, Jess, it is real. And it comes with a fan base that stretches so far beyond sports.
Well, it's not just the biggest story in college football right now, Joe. It's the biggest story in sports. You've got Deion Sanders, a transcendent figure, taking over a program that lost 11 games a year ago, completely flips the roster, and they shocked the world starting this season 3-0. There's a lot of juicy subplots to this story, too. Shedeur Sanders, Coach Prime's son, is a star quarterback. He's been magnificent. He's a Heisman contender, and there's been no shortage of drama either. Twice this year, this team has already come back late in games to win, but now they come into Autzen Stadium in a hostile environment, taking on a very good Oregon team. Colorado's a 21-point underdog, so we're going to find out if this fairy tale can continue or if the magic ends here today.
Folks, look at that right there. We got a green and yellow stripe out here at Oregon. By far the biggest challenge for Colorado. Of course, Colorado comes to try to stop this guy. Oregon has the most experienced quarterback in college football. Jesse, Bo Nix, a top Heisman candidate.
Yeah, Oregon's got some star power too, and it's that guy right there, Bo Nix. One of the best quarterbacks in the country. He's a true dual threat. Could hurt you throwing the football, can hurt you running it, but it's that experience. The game is really slowed down for Bo Nix. He's playing right now with so much confidence, and Joe, you just get the sense Oregon knows that a lot of people are watching this game to see the Coach Prime show, but they've got an opportunity to get a win against the hottest team in college football. And just remind people,
make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Get me through the algorithm. Let's have a fun time. We on stream all day. It's about 10 good games today. Enjoy.
Deep into the overnight last Saturday was jaw-dropping. Colorado was trailing Colorado State by 8. Shedeur took the team 98 yards to tie the game in just 7 plays in 90 seconds. He called it his Tom Brady moment. They went on to win in double overtime. After the game, he was wearing a hat that appropriately read legendary. Katie George. He's overcoming a struggling offensive line and putting up some of the best stats in the nation.
Tess, you see the watches, the cars, the glitz and the glamour. But when you strip all of that away and you spend some time with Shedeur Sanders, you watch him on the practice field, you realize a couple of things. He is incredibly disciplined and committed to his preparation. His processing skills and ability to recognize coverages is a byproduct of the time he spends studying defenses each week. He's also very self-aware. He told me he has a 100% understanding of Sean Lewis's offense, but in terms of executing it at a high level, Test, he says he's only at 70%. Can you imagine what this offense will look like when he feels like he's at his best?
And Katie, this is that 40-yard walk that father and son make before every game. They say halfway down it's coach and player, but at that moment right there, it's father and son. A kiss for good luck between Coach Prime and Shedeur. Colorado won the toss. They elect to defer. As loud a setting as you will hear in college football. Autzen Stadium, the place to be. The moment to see what Coach Prime can do for an encore. The game that has grown to unimaginable height. Steely, Jay's son, will be kicking off for Colorado. Gary Bryant, speedy receiver, back deep for the Ducks. And Bryant will get the opportunity to start this game, and he spins his way and somehow kept his balance as he gets out towards the 27-yard line. We mentioned the most experienced quarterback in college football is Bo Nix. He started 34 games at Auburn to begin his career.
Then he transferred to Oregon. He set the school record for completion percentage a year ago, nearly 72%. And now everywhere you look, it's the strong Heisman promotional campaign. Bodacious. And that is prominent throughout the stands today. Sprint left for Nix. And he was chased down and pursued by Silman Craig.
Well, because of that experience, Joe, the game is just slowing down for Bo Nix. He plays so fast now. He gets dropped back quickly, reads coverage quickly, gets the ball out of his hands quickly. And this Colorado defense has not seen a quarterback like Bo Nix this year, and they certainly haven't seen a guy in total control of his offense the way Nix is.
Second and 11. Bucky Irving's going to be able to get something big off the left side, and more breaking a tackle.
This is something Oregon's going to try to do, get the ground game going. Colorado's defense has struggled against the run this year, giving up 195 rushing yards per game.
15 yards for Bucky Irving. Nix able to go underneath, as getting it out past the 40-yard line is Troy Franklin. He's built a wonderful relationship with Bo Nix.
And Franklin really is an alpha receiver in a size and speed matchup problem at 6'3". And remember, no Travis Hunter at cornerback in this game for Colorado. So if I'm Oregon, I'm trying to get my best receiver the ball early and see if there's anybody that can cover.
Travis Hunter, the star lockdown cornerback for Colorado, injured last week on a hit that drew a penalty. Nix quickly to the outside and is back to Franklin, and this Ducks offense is in rhythm, Jesse.
Well, Colorado's putting Amari and Cooper. He's their next best up at corner, trying to cover and trying to shadow Troy Franklin, one of the best receivers in the entire country. That's a matchup that Bo Nix is going to be looking for often in this game.
2 quick receptions for Franklin. Nix gets it to his tight end, Ferguson, who goes down the sideline and muscles his way inside the 10-yard line. And don't blink, just like that, first and goal Ducks. A penalty is back at the 20-yard line. We'll see if they're going to walk it back. Holding. Offense, number 11. 10-yard penalty. Still first down. So the holding call will bring it back for Dan Lanning's offense.
Well, it's going to be Troy Franklin one-on-one out to the left side against Amari and Cooper. This is basically modern-day triple option offense. Zone read with an attachment, get it to the tight end. There's the block right there, just a little bit of a jersey pull right in front of the referee. But, Joe, this matchup between these two guys is critical to the success of each team in this game.
Noah Whittington now the running back flanking Bo Nix. First and 14 after the penalty. Whittington trying to find a crease. Instead, he's pushed back with Trevor Woods. Trevor Woods, who had the interception in the end zone that ended last week's throw of the win against CSU.
Now, it's going to be important that Colorado's defense can at least slow down this rushing attack a little bit, while at the same time being able to play some zone coverage on the back end to prevent Bo Nix from taking shots. Texas Tech did a really good job of it week 2 against Oregon. Easier said than done, though.
Second and 9. Pressure coming quickly, getting it to Johnson. And Johnson weaving his way for a first down. Ball comes out at the end. We will see if they marked him down. On the field is the runner was down. So a little 160-pound Tez Johnson able to weave his way through that defense.
And to spit that football out as quickly as Bo Nix did, it's kind of like a shortstop turning, too. You're just getting it out to your guy as fast as possible. You see the right elbow comes down far before the ball is dislodged. Good call there, no fumble.
It's 14 yards for Johnson and a first down for Oregon. Goes back to Ferguson, who is upended. That was well defensed that time by Marion Cooper.
A couple of times now, Oregon has gone to these zone read with attachment plays, trying to get the ball out in the perimeter of the field, but you've seen the speed of Colorado's defense as well, going sideline to sideline a little bit.
Second and 10. Nix with plenty of time, and he goes underneath again to Tez Johnson.
Well, this is an area of the field, Joe. We haven't seen Bo Nix run the ball a lot this year, especially down by the goal line. You saw it a ton last season when he had 14 rushing touchdowns, which led all quarterbacks in the FBS. But after this nice completion here to Tez Johnson in the slot, you're in a position 3rd and short. And I think Bo Nix's legs have to be a big factor and weapon for this offense.
They're down and 1 at the Colorado 3-yard line. 10th play of this opening drive. Whittington into the end zone for a Ducks touchdown.
Great job at tight end. Patrick Herbert right here getting a block on Jordan Dominic and allowing a cutback for Whittington. You've got to be able to set that edge outside. Great job using his hands and leverage. That's a very impressive opening drive by the Ducks.
A 10-play drive. Lewis caps it with the extra point. Bo Nix, a Heisman candidate, 6 for 6, 59 yards to open up the game. This Ducks offense, they can do this time and again against anybody. As his parents Krista and his father Patrick look on.
Papa John's garlic sauce fans, we made the garlic epic stuffed crust pizza just for you with that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
But you wanted more heat, so now you can get it in spicy. Get a one topping for $13.99 only at Papa John's.
Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
On season 6 of Fansville, it's the last year of college football as we know it.
What's going on?
The road to the playoff is expanding.
To 12 lanes.
Rivalries are crumbling.
Why are you leaving?
TV revenue. I wouldn't understand.
So we're just not rivals anymore?
Tensions are rising.
Where's the flag? These refs should be criminally investigated. Do something!
Because this season, things are heating up.
What's happening, Sheriff?
It's a transfer portal. It's out of control.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
We have a special guest today on ESPN College Game Day, the Geico Deco.
Look, just get to the part when you tell everyone how easy it is to ensure what's important to them. Home, car, even RV. Come on, there's an RV right there. Did he even see the talking points I get?
I don't believe so, sir. For all your insurance needs, from home to car to RV, it's easy to Geico.
Desmond, I forgot the talking points.
Lunch?
Yes, please.
That'll be $23.
Your ad says it's free.
Yeah, it is for our economy ultimate passengers who paid extra.
I'll just have water.
Okay, sure. Cash or card?
For water? Well, at AT&T, when
Make
we
sure
offer
you guys
your
like,
best
share, and
iPhone deals,
subscribe
we
to help me with the
guarantee it.
algorithm.
Even with the new iPhone
Enjoy.
15 Pro made with titanium. Not that you don't keep your word. It's just that you haven't.
What?
Only AT&T gives everyone our best deals on any iPhone with any popular plan. Guaranteed. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us.
1 in 8 people have worked at a McDonald's. That's a lot of technical skills, people skills.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's.
And lifelong skills learned on the job and off that 1 in 8 will always have.
Dancing with the Stars season premiere live Tuesday on ABC and Disney+.
You're watching the Dr. Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week.
Joe Tessitore, Jesse Palmer, Katie George with you as you see high above and now inside the Austin Zoo. 7-zip for top 10 Oregon. With Shedeur and that Buffs offense set to go.
Test Jesse, Colorado's motivation this week isn't so much about
circumstances here either. He tells his players, look, you want to play in front of 10-plus million people? You want the spotlight? Let's see what you do with it.
Here's a guy who loves the spotlight. His quarterback, his son, Shedeur. And he's going to complete his first pass of the game as he's able to get it to Xavier Weaver, his favorite target.
And he's the real deal. He's completing 79% of his throws. His accuracy is uncanny. He does such a good job getting himself in good position to throw every ball.
2nd and 7. Pick up the pressure. Going to take a shot downfield, and that's beyond Weaver to the outside.
And it's amazing that Shedeur Sanders has been putting up Heisman Trophy numbers behind an offensive line that has been very average. Shedeur Sanders has already been sacked 15 times this year. They've got to do a better job protecting him in this one.
He leads the nation in 3rd downs, but this 3rd and 7 is going to be well short. And as he was looking for Jimmy Horn there, of course, Horn had the amazing 45-yard touchdown catch a week ago on the 98-yard drive. So a 3 and out for the Buffs. Mark Bassett has 4 punts of over 50 yards this season. The dangerous Tez Johnson has his heels on the 30, looking to return for Oregon. He came after it. It was an awkward knuckler that just settles in past midfield. So the Ducks will have good field position to start their 2nd drive of the afternoon, already up 7-0.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, like 2 times miles on every purchase.
The noise canceling. You're being too loud. Thank you. Good choice. Ooh, my lucky number.
Earn 5 times miles on flights.
Thursday.
Going up?
And 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel. Plus, get access to over 1,300 airport lounges.
White wine, please.
And maybe see the one and only Taylor Swift. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Hey, used to have a silver tooth and I was just a pup. I don't want to catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. I let shorty clean the business, I'm a diamond in the rough. Hey, first order of biz, no snitch. And I try to keep it silent, but the kids don't listen. Happy birthday, got another hit, no flinch. And I tell them, son, to watch it, I can fit both wrists. And we used to have a silver tooth, but I was just a pup. Want to catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. I let shorty clean the business, I'm a diamond in the rough. Hey. You're so funny and loving, and what you gonna be? There will be something in your eyes. You're so funny. Hey!
Save the sleeve. Grab Kleenex.
Lost Medicaid or CHIP coverage? Healthcare.gov is here for you.
Where can we find a low-cost health plan?
What about a plan that covers doctor visits?
Emergency care?
Prescriptions?
With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month.
What's the website again?
Healthcare.gov.
The most important part of your business are all the people who come through your doors every day. And Cintas can help you take care of them. Your dedicated Cintas service reps will provide the essential products and support to help keep your employees performing at their best. So your business can too. Get Cintas.
Oh, I'm ready!
Get ready for the workday.
Social media. It can be overwhelming for a young homeowner turning into their parents.
Has anyone tried Pilates?
Okay? That's what it sounds like when you type in all caps.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Colorado defensive coordinator Charles Kelly has a unique relationship with the opposing quarterback, Bo Nix, Katie.
Yeah, he does. Charles Kelly and Patrick Nix were on staff together at 3 different stops: Jacksonville State, Henderson State, and Georgia Tech. When the Nixes went to the hospital the day Bo was born, Charles Kelly and his wife Christy babysat Bo's older sister Emma. That's how close the families were. Kelly still has, in a silver cup on his desk, a piece of chocolate the Nixes gave out to announce Bo's arrival. The chocolate reads, "Here he is, Bo Chapman Nix." He still has Emma's piece of the chocolate, you guys.
Isn't that something? Think about that. The closest of family friends on the day that Bo Nix was born. He was babysitting his older sister, and now he's putting 11 guys on the field to try to take him down. Whittington. Well blocked for Noah Whittington, and another chunk play for Oregon. Shiloh Sanders. It's a Coach Prime's other son with the tackle.
Great play call by offensive coordinator Will Stein, because Colorado was bringing the blitz from the left side of the formation, and they decided to go right where there was a lot of green grass.
15 yards for Whittington. Empty look for Bo Nix as they go trips to the near side with Bucky Irving, who they set up the screen for, and Irving is met that time by Trevor Woods.
Yeah, and one thing that Will Stein likes to do, too, is leave running backs on the field but go into empty sets. He's got running backs like Bucky Irving that can run routes, and they'll let them line up, spit them the football, and let them go be athletes in space. One of the things that's really hard about slowing this Ducks offense down.
Number 58, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Matthew Richards heads up this crew.
This is an Oregon offense that's averaging 58 points a game. They haven't played the 85 Bears yet this year, but they do have a lot of explosive playmakers on the field, whether it's Bucky Irving, Noah Whittington, Troy Franklin, Tez Johnson, lots of guys in space. If you don't make tackles, they can take it the distance.
2nd and 8 after the penalty. Will Stein, fine, young offensive coordinator. Here's the swing pass to Bryant, and Bryant tackled in space that time by Cooper.
Great job in the open field making a tackle. If he doesn't make that, then that's going to be a lot of extra yards, and who knows, maybe a touchdown for Oregon. Coach Prime's got to like that. We talked about Amari and Cooper having to step up into that alpha cornerback role that Travis Hunter normally occupies in games like this. It's not just covering guys downfield, Joe. It's also making tackles in the open field.
And Amari and Cooper got an earful from Coach Prime when we were sitting there in practice on Thursday, and now he's responding. 3rd down and 10. Nix is going to keep it. And Nix trying to dive ahead. He's going to be a couple yards short of that line to gain, taken down on the 30. So that offense may stay on the field here on 4th and about 2.
They've got a big size advantage up front with their offensive line, and they believe in their ability to get some push. Bringing on an extra tight end now and Patrick Herbert. Just get the feeling, already down 7-0. This is a big moment for Colorado's defense. They need to find a way to get a stop. Somebody has to step up.
4th down and 2. Quick pass to the outside, and weaving ahead is Gary Bryant. Gary Bryant patiently waited for that block for just a moment. A transfer from USC, and he's able to move the chains.
Well, that's a great effort by Bryant, because it looked like Cameron Silman-Craig from Colorado was going to be able to make a stop there right at the line of scrimmage. Just good hard running to move the sticks.
Nix is 8 for 8. Irving, as he goes ahead for 9 yards. Trevor Woods on the back end with a tackle.
Well, Oregon's offensive line right now is doing a really nice job getting into the second level of Colorado's defense, getting hats on hats, and it's springing these Oregon running backs.
Nix, quick game again to Bryant, as Bryant will get another first down for Oregon.
It's a lot of RPOs, right, from Bo Nix, and that's part of the experience, is knowing when to hand it off and when to spit it out wide, and doing it quickly. We talk about how he's just executing right now and getting through and processing plays so fast. This is a far cry from the guy we saw start his first game back at Auburn against the Oregon Ducks.
That's
totally
right.
Different player.
Orbit motion from Franklin. Irving stacked up, trying to break free, kept his balance somehow, and fights his way to the 5-yard line.
It looked like Derek McClendon had him all wrapped up, and still a 5'10", 195-pound running back's able to break this tackle. Look at this. Number 9's got him all wrapped up, and he's able to scoot out. I'll tell you, Bucky Irving is a guy that can fit between very small spaces and creases. You don't need to blow open big holes for him to hurt you. He's a guy that has great vision, and he runs very hard for a guy his size.
And this Colorado defense come up with some sort of a stop. Coach Prime was stressing we have to get off to a strong and fast start. Irving stacked up that time and brought down.
So we go back to it again, Joe. Big moment here. You know, 10-0 is a lot different than 14-0. When you're Colorado playing on the road in this kind of hostile environment, you got the feeling they had to start fast in this game and try and seize some of this momentum to build some confidence. This right here is a massive play.
3rd down and 5. And get a first down at the 2-yard line. Nix, sprint right, looking for an option, throwing back to Ferguson, and Ferguson is stacked up. Getting help from a friend to get some extra yardage as a flag comes down, but Trevor Woods was right on top of it with the throwback to the tight end, Terrence Ferguson. We will check on the late flag.
Oregon's trying to go with some little eye candy, trying to roll the pocket out to the right and see if they can get the fast flow from the defense, but how about Trevor Woods staying home?
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
And that's a killer.
That's not starting fast, Joe. That time it's Leonard Payne with the foul. After making a tremendous stop, it looks like you're going to set up the field goal opportunity, and just in late, just extracurricular and unnecessary.
Can't have the self-inflicted wounds here.
Coach Prime shaking his head.
1st and goal. Direct snap to Irving. Going off left tackle, and the run fit works as they're able to stop him for just a gain, and another flag is down.
Offside. Defense, number 9. In the neutral zone at the snap. The penalties enforced. Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
Joe, it's the penalties that happen pre-snap and post-snap that drive coaches crazy because it has nothing to do with effort. It's all mental. That time, Derek McClendon lining up offside pre-snap. Between going 3 and out on offense, having a 29-yard punt in special teams, and now these penalties defensively, this is not the start that Coach Prime envisioned.
So 1st and goal, loaded backfield with Bo Nix. Nix, quarterback run, and then a throw, and then getting into the end zone is Casey Kelly. From the famed football family in Western New York, the nephew of the Bills legend Jim Kelly.
Stephen Jones, the right guard's trying to pull the block. Jordan Dominic out here. He's going to try to get here. He's a little bit slow getting there, and Bo Nix just able to kind of fight off the tackle and make a throw.
Swinging gate formation for Oregon here on the PAT. That's Patrick Herbert lined up, and he's going to take it. That was actually not Herbert who ended up with a direct snap as he typically does. Instead, that was Ross James, who is the holder. So they took the holder and utilized him there. But this is what happened moments ago.
Yeah, great job, an individual effort by Bo Nix, fighting off the tackle, finding Casey Kelly for the score, and it's all Ducks early, 14-0, 13-0.
Hey, is that the new iPhone 15 Pro?
Yeah, got it at T-Mobile. Hey, be right back.
Whoa, I love that titanium. You need to go to T-Mobile, where new and existing customers can get iPhone 15 Pro on them. And with their Best Gold 5G plan, you have the freedom to upgrade every year. You're very wise, Reflection Comet, and you're very handsome, Real Comet.
At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us now and the freedom to upgrade every year.
You know, they say, losing hope, that's the real disaster. Last year, Tropical Storm Fred sent a devastating wall of water and debris down this river. And when the waters receded, Balfour was here. Not just to rebuild, but to help restore the life of this community. Balfour, restoring more than property.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
New Dove Men Body Wash gives you 24 hours of nourishing micro-moisture. That means your skin still feels healthy and smooth now, and now too. Get healthier, smoother feeling skin all day.
Ben, take a seat.
So, what you did
So
earlier,
make sure you guys
Huge
like, share, and
mistake.
subscribe to help me
Not
with the
signing up for
algorithm,
Hilton
man.
points.
Enjoy it.
You're a business traveler now. Time to start acting like it.
When you want to earn points like it's your job, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
You're never responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card.
Football's here, you know what that means. More flame grilled beef from Burger King. Celebrate with us, cheer on your team. Y'all know this part, come on, let's sing. BK, have it your way.
ABC College Football is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Jesse, you know what they call it up here when the kids move into school and the community helps them out?
What's that?
Unpack the quack.
Unpack the quack. I like that.
Unpack
it's a bit of a late start, don't you think?
It is.
On a quarter system there?
Hey, all season long, student sections across the country are competing to be the Taco Bell Livermore Student Section of the Year. You can download the Taco Bell app to learn more.
You know what's interesting about that, Joe? That means that there's more students here present for this home game than there's been in the previous 2 weeks. So a bit of a louder environment here in Autzen Stadium for this big one.
And with a 13-zip lead, they're wrong. Camden Lewis will kick away after Casey Kelly just had the touchdown reception from a red-hot Bo Nix, who was 5 for 5 on that drive. He's 11 for 11 to start the game, with the quick game paying off. Let's go check in with the studio with Kevin.
It's time now for our All-State Good Hands Player of the Day. Another big Pac-12 game in Salt Lake City. UCLA freshman Dante Moore's first pass buzz.
Really good job by the linebacker. Reading the freshman's eyes and telegraphed the throw. Pick 6 Utes.
Rene Reed gets the Utes on the board first. Still no Cam Rising, but Utah up 7-0. Back to you.
Their star quarterback yet to see action, and they just keep doing their thing. Remember, it was a 3-and-out on the first series for Shedeur Sanders and the Bucks. As met right away was Tavares Dawson.
Seeing a lot of very quick throws. I think the one place Colorado has an advantage in this game is their receivers versus the Ducks secondary. They've got a lot of game breakers in Jimmy Horn Jr., Xavier Weaver. This Oregon defense has not been a great tackling unit so far this year.
Shedeur checking at the line. Has a high football IQ. Everybody raves about it. 2nd and 6. He checks to a run to Edwards. Edwards can't find much against the middle of that Oregon defense.
Now it sets up 3rd down here. And one thing Oregon does extremely well is Dan Lenny mixes up his 3rd down packages. They have so much variety in looks they can give you here.
We've already told you about the struggles that the offensive line of Colorado has had. 3rd down and 5. Pressure on Shedeur. Able to get it on a shallow cross. He finds Antonio. And it's good to have the big-bodied receiver back for Colorado. He's 6'4", 225 pounds.
They just don't have a guy like him, Joe. And that's a nice job giving protection to Shedeur Sanders to find someone. Of course, we'll have to wait on the flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 34, high contact. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Tuioti with the penalty.
You see the protection up front doing a nice job, and it's Tuioti right here late getting that right hand in the face of Shedeur Sanders. So that's going to tack on some extra yardage after a huge completion on 3rd down.
Their first time in Oregon territory today. take a shot downfield and nearly intercepted as he was looking for Weaver, but Kyrie Jackson had excellent coverage.
Phenomenal job from the back end. Xavier Weaver is the deep threat for Colorado. He takes the top off of defenses, but look at the 6'3" Alabama transfer. Kyrie Jackson, turn around, locate the football. Shedeur Sanders lucky that one wasn't picked up.
Second and 10. Shedeur backing up. That was tipped at the line of scrimmage as that defensive line came inching towards Shedeur.
It was Mateo Uyunglele, the true freshman, doing a nice job. Shedeur Sanders is a guy that is going to scramble to throw. He's always trying to buy himself time. Nice job here. You see Uyunglele, DJ's little brother, getting that left hand up to knock it down.
Obvious passing situation. This is where the offensive line's been compromised, but they drop 8 against it, and staying in front of Weaver, they're able to secure him after just a gain of 3.5 yards.
There's an example of what Oregon does on third down. It looks like they've got 6 guys up on the line of scrimmage, and they're going to be blitzing everybody. At the very last second, they drop a guy out, and that's the guy who ends up making the tackle on the receiver tunnel screen.
It on to punt. Tez Johnson is going to put his heels on the 10-yard line as Colorado's looking to pin, and he calls for the fair catch.
Tess, Jesse, coaches hate nothing more than unnecessary penalties. A close second, missed tackles. Deion Sanders went over to the defensive bench, reminding guys about the little details, wrapping up, getting guys to the ground. Not the defensive start he would have liked to see from his team so far.
Especially these defensive backs. Can you imagine having Deion Sanders coaching you?
Greatest of all time. The greatest of all time as your coach. The standard that he sets here on this team is so high.
For you, somewhat relatable because Steve Spurrier has been trophy winning quarterback, was your head coach.
I would throw an incompletion, and Coach Spurrier would look at me and say, well, you can't complete that? I'm like, you could complete that. You won the Heisman Trophy. You played in the NFL for 10-something years.
Bo Nix from inside his own 5, and that is incomplete as he was looking for the 6'3" Trayshawn Holden, and that's the first incompletion of the afternoon for Bo Nix.
He's been dialed in. We've seen a lot of short throws so far in this game. He continues to go after Amarian Cooper. You cannot overstate the impact of not having Travis Hunter on the field in the secondary for Colorado. Bo Nix trying to take advantage of these throws into the boundary against Cooper.
Whittington, excellent pursuit down the line by the Colorado defense as the final seconds of the first quarter will tick down. Ducks had a very strong start, long drives, a 10-play drive with Whittington capping it, then Nix made that excellent play to Kelly. 13-zip, top 10 Oregon. ESPN College Football, presented by Capital One, returns after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Some people just know what road to take. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
The service road is faster.
Turn left.
Not happening.
He knows better than any GPS, and he'd point you in Allstate's direction.
Go all the way down the road past the big gray warehouse.
Take the next exit.
You're not from around here, so you don't know the back roads.
I don't want to be late for the party.
I'm going to save us 5 minutes.
Some people just know what road to take.
You're on the fastest route.
Those are the people who know safe drivers save 40% with Allstate.
Tacos, wings, pizza, curry, poke. Have you heard about poke?
Did we just get hustled? There's no way they were 70.
Interesting. It's both an electric and a gas car.
Yep. Quite the paradox. So JJ's for lunch?
The first ever Lexus RX plug-in hybrid. Electric for short trips, gas for long. It really is both.
Wow, you guys did great with this place. Yeah, and it was easy to buy with all the help we got from Navy Federal Credit Union.
I can't imagine where we'd be without them.
So what's shaking?
Nothing. Nothing's shaking.
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
1 in 8 people have worked at a McDonald's.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's.
That's a lot of people who know things like teamwork, people skills, and surprising moments. Our experiences you'll always have.
Celebrity Jeopardy is back. Hosted by me, Ken Jennings. Celebrities compete to win $1 million.
What is Nashville? What is Arctic? What is the incorrect answer to this question?
Celebrity Jeopardy premieres Wednesday, 8, 7 Central on ABC.
Will you marry me?
True love and marriage starts here.
I can't stop myself from falling.
Thursday Night Football on Prime. It's on.
Welcome to Thursday Night Football.
Thursday Night Football is on. It's Detroit up against Green Bay. As the Lions take on the Packers.
Into the end zone.
Stream Thursday Night Football only on Prime.
Watch ABC 7 News. Now streaming 24/7.
A striped Autzen Stadium as aerial coverage is provided by Goodyear, celebrating the challenge of road games everywhere. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. Jesse, I just turned to you in commercial break. I said I think all the hype with Colorado has made Oregon super focused to come out and have the strong start that they produce.
Yeah, Joe, I agree. I think normally when a team comes to play Oregon in Autzen Stadium, all eyes are on the Ducks, but you and I know that's not the case today. And I think the Ducks took that personal.
Dan Lanning, in his second year here, just 37 years old, of course, won the national titles as the DC at Georgia. Now, a 3rd down and 12. Bo Nix, 11th, 12th passing to start the game as Whittington comes into the backfield. Chance for the Colorado defense. Nix with time. Underneath as he goes to Franklin. A flag is down as Franklin is going to be tackled 4 yards short of the line to gain as Cooper and Woods converge on the tackle.
I think they're going to get a hold on an Oregon receiver. I think it was Trayshawn Holden out on the outside.
Of course, Coach Prime says, hey, we're going to decline that. We want that ball. They only had 9 plays of offense at Colorado in that first quarter. Oregon had 136 total yards to Colorado's 19.
Pass interference. Offense. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is a 4th down.
So here's an opportunity for the Buffs to have very good field position.
That was big, Joe. Right before that snap in the break, Coach Prime was out on the field trying to motivate and hype his defense up to come up with a play. That is a huge stop right now, getting an opportunity to give the football back to Shedeur Sanders here somewhere around midfield to create some momentum.
Jimmy Horn's the return man, and he's at the other 40. It's the first punt for Ross James. And they are going to fake it. And it is going to work out. Would you look at this? That was from their own 17-yard line as they fake it with Casey Rogers, the big 300-pound defensive tackle. Dan Lanning pulls that out. Now, Casey Rogers was an excellent lacrosse player. He had a scholarship all
just eye candy on offense, eye candy on special teams. Great selling job by the punter, like it went over his head. And how about the big fella rumbling?
He goes 18 yards, the 300-pounder. Nix now looking to wind it up and then has to tuck it. But Jesse, to go with a fake punt. Listen, you're the favorite team. You're the top 10 team playing. I hope you're up by 13 points. And Dan Lanning says, hey, we got some big-time juice in us.
Yeah, I think it sends a very clear message to your team that you've got confidence in them. And again, Joe, we talk about the edge Dan Lanning and Oregon may have come into this game with, feeling a little bit disrespected. And right now, they are dominating in all three phases.
Look at Casey Rogers over on the sideline. All the hair flowing, everybody slapping him on the back as Bucky Irving takes it past midfield. Shiloh Sanders with the tackle.
You're going to get big right tackle, and Johnny Cornelius pulling around the outside. There's another flag down here, but you see him right here, 65, roll out, gets a block on a DB. That's not a lot of fun.
Holding. Offense, number 3. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Second down.
That's the tight end Ferguson who was flagged.
Joe, penalties have been a massive problem for Oregon early this year. 25 in the first 3 games. That ranks 118th in the nation. That's something that Dan Lanning and his coaching staff have got to get worked out.
4 penalties for 40 yards today. Second and 13 after the penalty. Nix going to swing it to Irving. And Bucky is met and braced the tackle. He went right through Travis Jay, the transfer from Florida State. Jay didn't wrap him, and Bucky said, I got more in me.
Well, it's DeMoy Kennedy, too, at linebacker. You just got to get hats to the football. Look at 22. It's just not a good enough effort. And Katie was telling us earlier, that's what Coach Prime was telling his guys on the sidelines. We've got to just do the fundamental things better to have a shot.
So he gets 9 yards back, and it makes a 3rd and 4. And our pre-snap penalty.
False start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's Connerly, the left tackle, Jess.
It would be phenomenal here for Colorado defensively. On a 3rd down situation, obvious passing situation, you got to try to build a fence around Bo Nix and contain him. We talk about him being one of the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the country. You can't give him any lanes to run through or give him an opportunity to extend the play. Pass rush here is huge.
3rd down and 9. Nix with time. Shallow cross goes underneath, and Franklin. Another flag at the end of that play as Franklin gets enough for the first down. Probably a face mask at the end of this play to Troy Franklin.
That's going to be on Travis Jay. Nice job of Franklin underneath on the drag route, catching it and getting north right away, splitting the defenders.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 4. 15-yard penalty to be added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
3rd down, you're going to have Franklin coming from this side, and Travis Jay is going to converge. He's over here to make a tackle, and just got the hand up in the face. That extra yards, and that insult to injury, converting that first down.
Great punt, couple completions, a penalty, and all of a sudden they're at the Colorado 38. Nix play action, being chased down and brought down. That was Jordan Dominic with the big, much-needed sack of Bo Nix.
Jordan Dominic is their most dynamic pass rusher, and this time he doesn't just beat a tackle over here. He's going to try to get him. The running back's going to try to get him. But Dominic has tremendous get-off, does a great job using the hands to slap down the arms of the tackle, and there's the closing speed. That is huge for this Colorado defense. They haven't been great rushing the passer this year, but playing on the road against a quarterback that dangerous like Bo Nix, it's a big-time play.
And it makes for a 2nd and 21. Irving splitting defenders and getting it all back and more. First down, Ducks.
And that just can't happen. You know, after getting a sack and creating a negative play right around you just very next snap, you get one go right up the gut. And again, guys missing tackles.
quickly getting it to Holden. Holden taken down at the 21-yard line.
That was a big-time hit by Shiloh Sanders. He's been a star on this Colorado defense. Last week against Colorado State, huge pick six. Also created a forced fumble. Great job there, coming downhill with bad intentions.
He was the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Week for that effort last week against CSU. 2nd and 7. Whittington taken down from behind. It was well blocked, but then Amari McNeil was able to drag him down.
This is an area of the field where Troy Franklin, number 11, right now lined up against Travis Jay, the Florida State transfer who's missed time with a knee injury, out to his left, down here one-on-one.
3rd and 2, Nix to the end zone, and it's into the arms of Troy Franklin. Touchdown, Oregon. The big man started it all. Casey Rogers with the fake punt, and then Bo Nix, who has been red hot, caps that drive.
He's a 6'3" receiver running a fade route. Look at the speed off of the ball. And Travis Jay's 6'2" himself. He has good size. He hasn't had a lot of reps early this year, and on an island one-on-one, he's no match for Franklin. That is one of the best receivers in the entire country, a guy that everybody's expecting to have a big season after leading the conference last year with 9 receiving touchdowns.
You see that diamond formation here on the two-point conversion. Nix goes to the other side and gets it to Franklin. This offense, when it's in rhythm with a Heisman contending quarterback in Bo Nix, is dangerous. It all started with the fake punt. Remember, it was 4th down on their own 17. That big guy has been well-traveled. Went to boarding school at Avon Old Farms in Connecticut. Went to Nebraska. Now he's at Oregon. And he set up this as Franklin hauls it in from Bo Nix. And it is all Ducks early on a day when the world came to see what Coach Prime had left in the tank with these Bucks.
With wet AMD, sometimes I worry my world is getting smaller because of my sight. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments, which means doing more of what I love. Vabysmo is the only treatment designed to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye, or are allergic to it or any of its ingredients. Treatments like Vabysmo can cause eye infection or retinal detachment. Vabysmo may cause a temporary increase in eye pressure after receiving the injection. Although uncommon, there is a potential risk of heart attack or stroke associated with blood clots.
Open up your world.
A chance for up to 4 months between treatments with Vabysmo. Ask your doctor.
Hi, this is Chantrice, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is the richness of the pimento cheese. No, actually, the mild spiciness of the jalapeno peppers. No, it's the crispy chicken. Actually, I can't decide. It's the entire sandwich.
Hey, my name's Liam, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is that it's so creamy. The pimento cheese has the great flavor, but it also lets everything else on the sandwich elevate it. That takes it up to another level. It's the best.
On a Heartbreaking Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
So this is goodbye?
Tech's moving to a new conference.
So we're not rivals anymore? What about our history?
This realignment's bigger than us both, but here, I got you something to remember me by.
Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar?
0. Like the odds of you making the playoff. Gotta go.
I'll always hate you in your overrated school.
I'll hate yours too.
We're still gonna out-recruit you.
We have higher academic standards.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
There's so much to protect in our lives. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
She's a champion. Travis Kelce is a champion. Twice.
Dude, it's my new ringtone.
Travis, zip it. It's your year, big guy. Let's get you ready.
With 16 grams of protein per can and chunky spicy chicken noodles, soup that eats like a meal.
Twice.
I need love.
to ease my mind. I need to find someone to call mine. But mama says he's a hog.
It has been long drives for Oregon. 10 plays, 11 plays, and we just saw a 13-play drive. And Jesse, only one play of 20 or more yards.
Just methodical, right? High level of execution right now for the Ducks offense.
You got the sense just listening to Dan Lanning pregame.
Rooted in substance, not flash. Rooted in substance. Today, we talk with our pads. You talk with your helmet, right? Every moment. The Cinderella story is over, man. Right? They're fighting for clicks. We're fighting for wins. There's a difference, right? There's a difference, right? This game ain't going to be played in Hollywood. It's going to be played on the grass, right? It's going to be played on the grass. Let's go.
Rooted in substance was the theme from Coach Lanning. Hankerson not finding much pursuit down the line as he was taken down by Bryce Betcher.
They've got to be able to just run the ball a little bit. You see Dan Lanning there. I'd say that got his players' attention, and they responded in all three phases of the game. They're trying to make a point to the country right now.
Empty set for Shedeur. As time before that happens. Eventually it closed down, and it was the transfer from the SEC doing damage out west, Jordan Burch.
He's up against Jared Christian Lichtenhand, who's a 6'10" left tackle over here, and it's hard for him to bend. You see that there's DNs and more athletic guys that sometimes duck under him. That time, he just went speed to power and just bull rushed the left tackle right into the lap of Shedeur Sanders.
And that leaves him with a 3rd and 18. And a crowd cascading with a roar in his face. Backed up again. This offensive line is such a struggle and diving for the attempt at an interception on the sideline.
So it's tremendous pursuit that time by the true freshman Blake Purchase, forcing Shedeur Sanders out to his right.
It's an incomplete pass. It was Jamal Hill who was trying to see if he could get to that ball. So it's the second 3 and out.
Look at the effort here on the end. Stretching out Hill. Just going down, not able to come away with the interception. But what a start by the Oregon Ducks.
Already the 3rd punt for Mark Vassett. Tez Johnson, the return man, is back at the other 40. That play clock coming down. And again, the kind of penalties that will drive a coaching staff crazy. You have to execute. And now you're asking a lot of your big punter to turn this ball, drive it downfield against the speedy Tez Johnson, who's just beyond midfield. Over in, fielded at the 45, down right away. A 3-touchdown lead. What did Prime say about that magical number 21? That's what the Ducks are sitting on right now.
Arby's Buffalo Boneless Wings go. Whee! Hot Honey Barbecue, too. Whee! Oh, there they are, with fries for $5. Arby's, we have the meat.
Where are you going? We have
have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis. That's the old me, before I started taking Zeposia. Is that just one pill? Once a day. Old me is still catching up with the Zeposia me.
Zeposia can help people with UC achieve and maintain remission and has been shown to reduce symptoms in as early as 2 weeks.
You're hiking the shorter trail today, right?
Not with Zeposia. Don't take Zeposia if you had a heart attack, chest pain, stroke, or mini-stroke, heart failure in the last 6 months, irregular or abnormal heartbeat, if you have untreated sleep apnea, or take MAOIs. Zeposia may cause serious side effects, including infections that can be life-threatening and cause death, slow heart rate, liver or breathing problems, increased blood pressure, macular edema, swelling and narrowing of the brain's blood vessels, and increased risk of PML, a rare brain infection that usually leads to death or severe disability. Tell your doctor if you are pregnant or plan to be.
Looks like Zeposia is really working out. You got that right, old me.
Ask your doctor about once daily Zeposia.
You're somebody and nothing, and what you know with me, there will be something in your eyes. You're somebody, hey!
Save the sleeve. Grab Kleenex.
You have all the ingredients for this in your fridge. But ask yourself this. Of all the times you've made it at home, has it ever tasted like our McMuffin? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Whatever your business needs, Vistaprint can print it. Like packaging from tape to thank you cards. Or merch from t-shirts to caps. Even a logo that you can put on all that. Because with Vistaprint, the printabilities are endless. New customers get 25% off at Vistaprint.com.
Glad you're with us watching the Pac-12 on ESPN. Jesse Bo Nix, the offensive coordinator, Will Stein says, man, it's like having an assistant coach out there on the field for us.
Yeah, Bo Nix looks like the guy that has started 51 career games. He's just making a lot of really good decisions in this one really quickly. You can hand it off, or you can pull it, spit it out in the flat to Franklin for a big gainer. Down in the red zone, we can go QB draw, or spit it out to my tight end, Casey Kelly, and then one-on-one, my best receiver in the red zone on third down and giving him an opportunity. 16 of 17 so far throwing the football. Bo Nix has simply been lights out.
Most experienced active quarterback in college football. 50 career starts. Whittington. Not much there. Just a yard and a half as Shane Cokes makes the tackle.
Picks up a yard to the 44.
Guys, check this out. Players are wearing heat-activated, color-changing Nike Vapor Edge KF Dunks. So the cleats change colors based on thermal activity, body temperature, sunlight. Longtime equipment manager Kenny Farr came up with the idea. Dan Lanning says he loves the concept because he can tell who's working hard based on the colors changing on the field.
Exactly. Can't get away with it. Oh, there's an interception as Colorado's Jaquez Robinson gets the much-needed turnover. And that is the first Oregon turnover of the season.
We talked about Bo Nix making good decisions. I like the matchup he had outside one-on-one. He needed to put this way down the field and give his receiver to run under it. Instead, it's the Alabama transfer Robinson coming off of a hamstring injury, doing a great job locating the ball. And there is a massive takeaway, something Colorado has been so good at all year, leading the nation with 10 coming into the season. The defensive coordinator, Kelly, he's loving that.
Of course, he was at Alabama as well. Robinson came over. Shador trying to quickly get it to the outside to Weaver, and he does successfully on first down. First interception thrown by Bo Nix this year.
Yeah, that was a small window to throw that one into there for Shador Sanders. Doing a nice job, though, with the location of the throw, keeping it away from Nico Reed.
2nd and 4. Shador to the other side, back shoulder, that is incomplete. It was denied by Kyrie Jackson.
I'll tell you, Kyrie Jackson came to play today. We saw him with a big play earlier in this game on a go route. This time, doing a nice job just turning his head. So many times you see cornerbacks, they have no idea where the ball is. They're sort of flailing, creates pass interference. He's been playing clean, and on an island, he's been winning all game long.
3rd and 4. Down and 4. Pick up the A-gap pressure. That ball is intended for Harrison, who hauls it in, went down to get it at midfield. Remember, he was the star at the end of regulation last week, had the game-time 2-point conversion, and in overtime, both of their touchdowns.
Yeah, he's a guy that has to step up for this offense with no Travis Hunter out there.
Here's Tempo. Sanders tackled, sacked, as they came in hard on him.
Well, that's a coverage sack on the back end. Nowhere for Sanders to go with the football. It's Brandon Dorless, big number 3, at 290 pounds. Man, he's athletic. He can play defensive end or play defensive tackle, and the coverage is what allowed Oregon to get home to Colorado's quarterback.
He's the alpha defensive lineman. He's their guy up front. He's come up with huge plays already this year, especially against Texas Tech in that thriller. 2nd and 17. Shador backing up again, taken down again, and this offensive line gives way.
Well, it's going to be Evan Williams at safety coming in on a blitz, and running back Anthony Hankerson just can't handle him. It's a great dial-up by Tosh Lupoy, the defensive coordinator, coming from the left side. That's not an easy block when a safety's got a 15-yard head start at you. And another sack for this Oregon defense.
Evan Williams charging in. Running back couldn't pick him up. So it's the 3rd sack for Oregon, the 2nd of this drive alone. And on 3rd and 33, they'll just give it to Hankerson. You talked about this offensive line and some of the struggles. Listen, they got big guys in terms of height out at the tackles, but it's tough to bend. And then in pass protection with the running backs, you get all the exotic looks from Tosh Lupoy and Dan Lanning.
It's an uphill battle in this one because Colorado is small on the inside of that offensive line, so you don't feel great running it against a more physical front like Oregon. And then pass pro has been an issue that Colorado has had all season long, really regardless of who they've been playing.
Pass it on the punt for the 4th time. Came after him, able to get it away. Johnson outside the numbers, runs it down. 5 minutes to halftime. It has been all Oregon all day.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
We need a clutch hit. Derek Jeter.
Hang in there, rookie.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
You can feel it. A force that moves everything around it. With intensity and power that comes from deep down inside. Full-time fans, your passion is unshakable, and you deserve a reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
We love our house. The outdoor space is great, but we do have invasive weeds.
I think we got in the house.
I think you're right.
And of course, one, this particular rose bush.
Stay away from my family! Why are you so strong?
At least Geico makes bundling my home and car insurance easy. We save so much.
You want me to get the spray stuff?
Get the spray stuff.
He's up here!
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly grill your hot subs right in front of you. You can't get that smell anywhere else unless you have one of these. Don't mind me. Take the sizzle to go.
Okay.
Whoops. I'll pay for those.
Here you go, Danny.
Time to get these smells home. Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above. Ah, that's a good sizzle.
Introducing the all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya with dual motor e-force that helps put you in control, and ProPilot Assist 2.0 for when you'd rather go with the flow. It's powerful sophistication meets fearless adventure. The all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya.
of Dancing with the Stars.
Kevin Nagani in studio, AT&T 5G, keeping fans connected as we take a look at our multi-view, which is showcasing a bunch of great games. Kansas BYU tied at 14 over on ESPN. Miami in control on ESPN2. Tennessee off that Florida loss. Joe Milton with a big touchdown run up 21-0 on the SEC network, and Louisville all over BC on the ACC network. Tess, Jesse, and Katie, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Look forward to hearing all the reaction of Florida State Clemson as well. Jordan James breaking tackles and going ahead for yet another first down for Oregon.
He's their most physical runner, and I think you could easily argue that the running back group is the deepest position on Oregon's offense. Irving, Whittington, and James can all do a lot of the same things, and to have fresh legs wearing a defense down, especially one like Colorado that hasn't been great stopping the run, that's a tall ask to slow these guys down.
Nix gets it to him now on the outside. Jordan James again, this time was dragged out of bounds by Trevor Woods.
Of course, Oregon got the ball first in the game, so they're going to try and march the field here and try to tack on some more points before going into halftime. They've been hitting on all cylinders in this game. Offensively, a 10, 11, and 13 play touchdown drive. Colorado just hasn't had the answer until that interception on the last drive.
James hitting the hole and then trying to lunge ahead for the sticks. Maybe just about a football length short as Juwan Mitchell, who's been well-traveled, was able to make the tackle.
Well, you see that tough running by James there. He's 205 pounds and a guy that can kind of break through arm tackles, push the pile, and always fall forward. James was a Georgia commit and then flipped when Dan Lanning came here to Oregon, and he's found a nice home for himself here. You know, he leads the conference in rushing touchdowns with 5 heading into this game.
Yeah, he was the only Georgia commit who flipped when Lanning came over, and he's having success with the Ducks. Was a first down as James stays in as the back. And they will feed him, and here he goes. Jordan James able to cut and spin, and another chunk play in the run game for the Ducks as he makes it to the 36.
Jackson Powers Johnson, the center, doing a nice job getting into the second level and getting a hat on a linebacker. Little misdirection eye candy, but it doesn't matter. When you get your big 330-pound offensive lineman into the second level against smaller linebackers, you can't stop the run.
It has been one-sided. 272 yards Oregon for 19 for Colorado. We'll take a quick break. Timeout Bucks.
Papa John's garlic sauce fans, we made the garlic epic stuffed crust pizza just for you with that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
But you wanted more heat, so now you can get it in spicy. Get a one topping for $13.99 only at Papa John's.
To be there with AT&T 5G.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? Oh, right. The Home Depot app is made for doing that doesn't miss a beat. So you can find what you need fast and keep things moving in the right direction. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's serves up bottomless drinks, bottomless chips and salsa, and a cheeseburger and fries for just $10.99. Hey, it's 3 for me, not 3 for us. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Cashback is good, but double cashback is even better. Discover matches all the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year, which is cashback at its best.
I'll be there in 30 minutes, I think.
See you there.
I'm moving.
Please.
Thank you.
Rerouting.
Class-leading safety and tech features to elevate your commute. The all-new Hyundai Kona.
Football's here, you know what that means. More flame grilled beef from Burger King. Celebrate with us, cheer on your team. Y'all know this part, come on, let's sing. BK, have it your way.
Who do you think taps out first?
I think the duck goes the distance.
All right, you about ready to get out? What's this? Hospital bill for $1,000? Did this guy just say Gap?
He's talking about expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
But with Aflac, you can get money to help close that gap.
Aflac, huh? Aflac! Okay.
Oh, does one go zero?
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Aflac.
Official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
You want to race?
For real?
State Farm halftime report just minutes away. Booger McFarland, Kevin Nagani here. Alabama, Nick Saban trailing to Lane Kiffin, and Ole Miss right now is driving highlights coming your way. Colorado and Shedeur Sanders, what are you seeing so far?
Well, he's got to figure out a way to push the football down the field. The catch is they can't block him up front, so he doesn't have much time. But Shedeur has to do a better job of stepping up in the pocket. He's drifting back, taking some unnecessary sacks.
Seeing a bunch of bully ball from Oregon so far.
Yeah.
Tess, back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Look forward to hearing what Kevin and Boog have to say at halftime. It's a big day of college football. Knicks strong arms it, and with these, Troy Franklin into the end zone. A 36-yard touchdown strike. Bo Nix to Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin, who was such a huge recruit in 21. Everybody thought he was going to be a breakout star as a freshman. And then the very last practice before the season opener, he was injured, took him a while to get going. Now you can't stop him.
Well, it was a coverage bust on the back end by Colorado. Oregon's going to run their slot receiver on a corner route here. You're going to see one defender go with it. Trevor Woods is the safety, and there's no one in the middle of the field to cover Troy Franklin. It's a coverage bust on the back end at the safety position, and that is just way too easy pitch and catch for Bo Nix and his favorite target.
You know, Jesse, Bo says that Franklin's just such an instinctual football player. Yeah, he's fast, explosive, he's got good hands. But Nick says it's Franklin's releases and his routes that are probably the best thing that he does. And then when you add that with his mind and his creativity, he's really unstoppable. And Bo says they have deep intellectual conversations about looks and what they want to do to carve up defenses. It's just such a really strong partnership, and it shows up every single Saturday.
Yeah, it's a great point, Katie. You don't see a lot of really tall receivers as sudden as Troy Franklin is, and those releases you're talking about, that helps him create separation and using his top-end speed, and you can tell Bo Nix and Troy Franklin have spent a lot of time in the off-season and throughout the week in practice getting on the same page, because their chemistry right now looks unstoppable.
Well, he's targeted him 7 times. Next closest guy is 3. And by the way, he's produced 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tonight at 7:30 right here on ABC, it is number 3 Texas taking on Baylor. Yes, number 3 is in the highest ranking for the Horns since 2009.
Really?
Yeah.
They're rolling. Coach Sark, he's got it going, and Quinn Ewers, I'll tell you, when he's good, he is really good. There are a lot of people really high on them with Xavier Worthy and Sanders at tight end, all the weapons that Quinn Ewers can throw to. But if that guy brings his A game to the park week in, week out, to start calling plays, that is a tough offense to stop.
There's Jordan Birch, and there's his target, Shedeur Sanders. Was only 7 of 12 for 37 yards, been sacked 3 times. Edwards out of the backfield. Edwards, the star freshman who was committed to Notre Dame and then flipped, said, I got to play for Coach Prime.
Here's the problem if you're Colorado right now. You know you need to take shots downfield, but how are you going to get that protected? How are you going to give Shedeur Sanders time when the offensive line has been struggling as much as they've had? That is a big question for offensive coordinator Sean Lewis to try to figure out here, because that has to be the biggest adjustment they make in the second half.
Empty look. Quickly getting it to Weaver, who turns the corner. Couldn't keep his balance as he was taken down that time by Dante Manning.
And for a lot of this season, the offensive line has really been neutralizing some of the talent they have at wide receiver. Sean Lewis trying to find ways to get his best players, Weaver and Horn and Edwards, involved in the passing game, but it's hard when you can't block for your quarterback.
Empty look. Shador, shallow cross. He goes back to Weaver. Weaver is tracked down.
I got to say, one thing I've been impressed with Oregon defensively, they are tackling the catch. These are dangerous dudes once they have the ball in their hands. But Oregon's defense on the back end has done a really good job of limiting the damage.
2nd and 6. Again, just going to the quick game. That is off the hands of Jimmy Horn.
Now it sets up another big 3rd down. There's a big substitution for Oregon coming on the field. Pass rush specialist Blake Purchase, the true freshman, takes it. And here we go. Autzen Stadium, one of the loudest environments in college football.
Third and 6. 4-man rush. Shador spins out of it. Another man in his face. And sacked again. That's the 4th time. And Tatum Tuioti with the sack. The true freshman takes down Shador Sanders.
I mean, Jared Christian Lichtenhand just has to do a better job at the left tackle position. He's just giving up way too much ground to Blake Purchase coming off the edge. We just talked about him as a true freshman coming on the field. But out here, you've got to kick out. I mean, you just can't let him take a straight beeline down the median and get to the quarterback. You've got to create separation between him and the QB. And you see Oregon's defense. It's really not just that one play, but the left tackle spot that time is Jordan Birch getting the sack. When they try to go to the RPO game, they're not able to hold up in the middle with Brandon Dorlus. You've seen the safety blitz be able to get home. All in all, 4 sacks on the day given up by Colorado. And it doesn't matter how good your quarterback is. It doesn't matter how dynamic your wide receivers or running backs are. If you can't get guys blocked, all of that is neutralized.
Pass it on for the 5th time to punt for the Bucs. Guys out of bounds, and a quick word from Cheezy for you.
I'm RG3Z. See you next time. Hey, who changed my name to RG3Z?
Me? It's a great combo. Like college football and Cheez-It. You like?
You better believe it.
And how will college football fans feel? They're going to be feeling the cheesiest!
Coach Brime has said it time and again. Do you believe? Do you believe? Just listen, I believe in the man. I believe in where this program's going, his ability to be a motivator, to be a mastermind football coach. But I don't think anybody's believing in that offensive line right now.
Not right now. Also, I think you just have to question just how much emotionally did Colorado have left in the tank coming into this game.
Bo Nix, after a timeout was used, as he goes right back to Troy Franklin.
I mean, think about it, Joe. They've been in the spotlight, Colorado has, for the first 3 weeks. And that game and win against Colorado State was physically draining. It was emotionally draining. Coming in here without your best player, Travis Hunter.
Nix is on fire. He can't miss. Tez Johnson. And coverage is soft. Pockets are open. And Nix is carving them up.
He's just wide open. There's nobody lining up against Johnson in the slot. I mean, we saw the touchdown pass to Franklin on the last drive on the coverage bust. And there's another one by the Buffaloes.
Minute to play in this first half. Nix goes underneath as he's right back to Tez Johnson.
I mean, Joe, this looks like a really good offense practicing 2 minutes against the scout team.
Yes.
I mean, that's just really, to me, just calling it like I see it. That's what this looks like right now.
One of the best offenses in the country with a Heisman contending quarterback and with running backs who can do this, whether it's Irving, who you see there, Whittington, or James.
This is an offense that is going to give a lot of defenses major headaches in the Pac-12. And Charles Geier right now, he's got his hands full.
Quick to the outside, and again it's Franklin. Franklin makes a move as he works his way to the 10-yard line. Troy Franklin, that's 8 catches now.
Yeah, you got to be smart. Sorry, Joe. Knowing the clock and the situation in 2 minutes, getting out of bounds on the boundary there. Got timeouts in your back pocket. Dan Lang is going to use one here, but It's a situation they practice often, trying to preserve as much time as you can to see if you can steal another touchdown and take this thing 35-0 into half.
We have more college football on ESPN Plus tonight. Florida is in action, facing Charlotte. Sam Houston takes on Houston. Both those games at 7 Eastern. You can go to ESPNplus.com or download the ESPN app.
Big win last week for Florida.
Oh, wasn't it?
Against Tennessee. It was a big win for Billy Napier. And ETN at running back having a huge day. It's going to be critical for the Gators this season.
I think there are going to be people that look at this stat line and say, oh, the magic ran out, and question some of the things you saw the last 3 weeks. Folks, just point to that offensive line. Shedeur Sanders, who has been masterful in spite of the offensive line struggles. He came in number 2 in the country in passing yards, in touchdown passes, and completion percentage. But there are legit edge rushers on Oregon, and not just that, but you brought up how much comes at him. It has been a struggle. Then on the other side of Shedeur, you have Bo Nix, who, as we said, like having a coach on the field, distributing the ball, sharp as could be. He's 22 of 24 and could add to it right here.
He's got another one-on-one up here with Amarian Cooper, his best receiver.
He's going to run it. Nix inside the 5 and inside the end zone. He can do it with the arm and then showcase the smarts with the legs. As his mom and dad, Krista and Patrick, look on, it's been a near flawless first half for Oregon.
We talked about this earlier. Would Will Stein start letting number 10 run a little bit more in the red zone like we saw last year under then offensive coordinator Kenny Dillingham, and dialed up a beautiful play at a critical juncture. This offensive line's been impressive for Oregon, and they're doing a nice job getting into the second level. Dave Iuli, the left guard, is able to work his way up and get a hat on a linebacker, and that kind of created the crease right there for Bo Nix to use his speed.
Mom and dad say, wow, this is something now. Scoring 14 points in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. That Heisman campaign, the bodacious campaign. Billboards everywhere. We're going to have tired arms from the Duck. Already 35 points with 12 seconds before halftime.
This is quite the stage for Bo Nix, isn't it? Because you and I both know, in the Heisman Trophy, a lot of that is the stage you have and voters at home getting an opportunity to watch. With all the attention and the spotlight of college football on this game, provided a massive platform, and Bo Nix is taking advantage. 22 of 24, 3 passing touchdowns, and that rushing touchdown. He's been amazing.
He talks about this school as being a place that has changed his life, that gave him an opportunity to be himself. Remember, he was down at Auburn where his father was an all-time great. He said, I'm out of the spotlight of you're playing here because your dad played here. But he is in the spotlight of the yellow and green and starring today. This season, for every field goal and extra point made by participating universities, Allstate will make a contribution to the university's General Scholarship Fund. We thank Allstate for that. The bodacious campaign, billboards in New York, in Dallas, but yet he keeps it in perspective. Anytime he's asked about the bodacious Heisman campaign, he says he's just grateful and it's all about the team. Dan Lanning gave us incredible access pregame, telling his team right before they came out, this is rooted in substance. They're fighting for clicks, we're fighting for wins. Katie.
Thanks, Tess. Dan, that's about as dominant as it gets in all 3 phases. There's a lot to be impressed by. What impressed you most?
Not done yet. We were composed. We executed at a really high level, but not done yet. We're not satisfied. I hope all those people that have been watching every week are watching this week.
I think they are. What did you think of Bo's efficiency there in the first half?
Bo's an elite quarterback. Hopefully the nation sees that today.
Thanks for the time.
Appreciate y'all.
Not done yet. We're not satisfied. That's a scary thought. It's 35-0. Nix has 3 touchdown passes. Nix has a rushing touchdown. The State Farm halftime report is still to come after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
made with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
I'm hungry, man. I was fun. Oh, I gotta take a cup.
What's going on? Did you go to another Taco Bell?
We should go.
Is the Taco Bell in your living room not enough?
Relax, bro. Got you something.
What? A Crunch Wrap? How'd you know? You're my best friend. And my only friend.
Live or die. The choice is yours. Next, September 29th, rated R.
A man, his family, and his tractor Penny. These are the Upshaws. And this is their playground. There's a story in every piece of land. Run with us on a John Deere tractor and start telling yours.
There's a mental health crisis, decades in the making, facing our children. Here at the University of Oregon, we dare to reimagine a new model.
We need innovative new solutions to transform the child mental health system to make it more effective and equitable.
It's a bold vision that signals it's time for us to act for the future of the state and the world.
The shocking violent video on a dock in Alabama. Now Monday, the dock worker who was brutally attacked speaks out.
Take us to that day. Tell us what was going on.
And the 16-year-old who jumped in to help.
Have you ever swam that fast before? No.
Monday on GMA.
It's fine. It is. It's fine. It is fine. Is it fine? No, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota. Get out there and make the most of California's best season in a reliable SUV or powerful truck. Start your next adventure in a new Toyota. Right now, get low 3.99% APR on the dynamic RAV4 or spacious Highlander, or lease a RAV4 for as low as $379 a month.
Grab the keys, let's go.
Toyota, let's go places.
Because you deserve better. ABC 7, building a better Bay Area.
Welcome to the State Farm Halftime Report.
Bo knows it's the Bo Nix Show. Finding Casey Kelly. My goodness, the Ducks all over the Buffaloes, 35-0 in the first half. And when you look at Bo Nix's numbers, 2 incompletions, 4 total touchdowns. He is Booger McFarland. I'm Kevin Nagant here. Listen, coming into the game, Oregon was favored to win this by 21 points. It's not so much that they're winning this game, it's how they're winning. But what do you see?
Well, first of all, they're dominating. And if you watch Bo Nix, he's not holding the football. Anytime his back foot hits the ground, the ball is coming out. That means he's decisive. He understands where he's going with the football. Yeah, he's only had 2 incompletions, and he's got the ball to 8 different receivers. He is spreading the ball around. He is in rhythm, and I love what they're doing up front. They're making sure they control the line of scrimmage. And Bo Nix right now, he came into this game thinking that Shedeur Sanders may have been the best quarterback on the field. He's showing America, I am the best quarterback.
And when you look at Shedeur Sanders, some things that stand out here specifically, we knew that he was going to have a challenging day because of the offensive line matched up against the defense, the physicality that we see from Oregon. One thing that stands out, though, is that they only have 4 first downs, Boog. When you look at how many total yards, just 23. What's going on?
Well, nobody's open down the field, and when you look at it, Kev, anytime somebody does get open, they're being dominated up front. 4 sacks by the Oregon defense, led by the South Carolina transfer, Jordan Burch. They're getting after the quarterback. They're taking over the offensive line, and they are swarming, making the pocket very tight for Shedeur Sanders. And instead of stepping up in the pocket, he's drifting back into some sacks right now. They need to go into halftime and say, hey, guys, let's just put one drive together. Let's calm down, see if we can put one drive and move the ball down the field.
To your point, too, with Shedeur Sanders, he's now been sacked in 3.5 games, a total of 19 times. He's been hit over 60 times this season, the most for any quarterback. And what's scary is Dan Lanning's message in the locker room, we're not done yet. We're not satisfied, saying that to Katie George.
You can tell they came out today, Kev, trying to prove a point. In his pregame speech to his football team, hey, we're about wins and not clicks. And so getting his team ready to go, he did an outstanding job.
Okay, we will see how that plays out, of course, in the second half. Right now, let's see how it's played out in another big Pac-12 game. Utah hosting hosting UCLA. Freshman Dante Moore, his first pass in Salt Lake City. It's picked off. Karene Reed, 21 yards.
Zone coverage, reading the freshman's eyes. Easy pick six for the Utes.
No Cam Rising yet, but they've got Nate Johnson to Landon King here, and Utah just looks in complete control right now.
It's amazing without Cam Rising, their ability to take two quarterbacks and move the ball down the field. Still playing really good defense out there.
Up 14-0 right now at the half. Meanwhile, a lot of back and forth earlier in the week with Lane Kiffin questioning who's the defensive coordinator at Alabama. Jackson Dart getting the feed, and he runs up the middle right there. Ole Miss up 7-3 in Tuscaloosa.
Empty formation, spread the defense out, quarterback up the middle, and then right here, Jalen Milroe throwing in the double coverage. Cam, he was playing so good to this point, then threw in the double coverage, bad throw by him. Took points off the board for Bama.
Zamari Walton with the pick here. What do you make of Alabama's offensive line? They came in big this season, but they have not been doing their job.
Their strength is run blocking. Anytime you ask them to pass block, they're at a disadvantage because they're so big.
7-6 right now. We'll keep an eye on that game in Tuscaloosa. The game of the day. Death Valley. Caleb DeLoach in Florida State. The blitz knocks the ball free, picks it up, and bye-bye.
Some call it the Holy Trinity, Kev. I call it that. Sack, cause fumble, scoop and score. He did it all.
Florida State ties it up at 24. Clemson here now. Under 2 minutes to go. Tied here. Jonathan White's kicking for Clemson. Hadn't dressed in 18 months. Online grad student until Dabo asked him to come back to kick, and he misses the 29-yarder.
You got one job. Put the ball through the yellow pipes, and he couldn't do it.
Oh, that's going to haunt this team. They go to overtime. Florida State with the ball first. Jordan Travis looking for Keon Coleman.
They have a mismatch every game between Coleman and Williams. Throw the ball up. They did it over and over, and they finally hit one with Coleman.
Play calling not great late here. Klubnik, and this is on 4th and 2.
Yeah, I feel bad for Klubnik. He played an outstanding game today. Just couldn't make the necessary plays down the stretch.
Florida State survives the win 31-24. Second time that Dabo is 0-2 in conference play, first since 2010. Jim Harbaugh back on the sidelines for number 2 Michigan. Blake Corum going in for the score. Taking on Rutgers. We're tied at 7 apiece. And then Samaj Morgan, a great catch here. When you look at Michigan, the schedule is not hard.
The schedule's not hard. Their quarterback is playing really good, and they can run the football. And we know, Kev, defensively, they can make plays like this. How about this? Reading the wide receiver screen, and then having the athleticism. Not lose my balance, stay up, and take it to the house.
It gets tougher in November on the road at Penn State. And, of course, this showdown against Ohio State. But right now, Michigan rolling 31-7. And speaking of rolling, Oregon, my goodness, the fake punt decision. Dan Lanning from your own 17.
The disrespect. When you fake a punt from your own 17, that's disrespect. That's what that is, Kev.
Much more coming up after this.
All right, guys, listen up. This entire season boils down to one word.
Bundle home and auto.
But that's 4 words.
Not if you bundle them.
Bundling. Just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
To the people who reach into a carton of warm, crispy, golden, perfectly salted McDonald's world-famous fries and return with just one. Who are you, and how do you do that? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Have fun, sis.
Can't stop adding stuff to your cart? Get the Bank of America customized cash rewards card. Choose the online shopping category and earn 3% cash back.
My friends always ask me what's so special about the University of Colorado.
There's a whole lot of things. Prime faculty. Prime experiences. Prime research.
Prime alumni. Prime mascot.
They forgot one thing. Prime location.
Do you need help?
Do I look like I need help?
My forever partner is in this house.
Do not have him to worry about getting pregnant.
That's my girl. Let the journey begin.
Welcome back to the State Farm Halftime Report.
Boog and Kevin back with you. Oklahoma, quiet start so far. Winning their games. They have yet to trail. Well, they were down 3-0 early to Cincinnati, and then Dylan Gabriel and Nick Anderson for the score.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel's starting to play a lot better, completing the football, spreading it around to his receivers. Kev.
Meanwhile, keep an eye on Oklahoma because in a couple of weeks on the schedule, they've got Texas, and if both these teams are undefeated on October 7th, should be a great one. Andrell Anthony, and then we got the Sooners just looking really good. And they would go to Cincinnati to get the dub 20-6 now, 4-0 on the season. Meanwhile, Miami on the road at the Link taking on Temple. Tyler Van Dyke, Restrepo right there in the end zone. They were dealing with some rain and some issues with the weather. It didn't slow down the offense.
No, and Van Dyke has been clicking on all cylinders, Kev. It's amazing some of the throws he's made, the accuracy, the 50-50 ball. Throw it up and give your guy an opportunity to make a play.
That game on ESPN2, the Canes in control, 24-7. Hey, Duke, by the way, showdown next weekend against Notre Dame, and they would host the Fighting Irish. Jordan Waters, yeah, getting the touchdown. You're going to see right now Duke in complete control, up 17-0 against UConn. And we've got a Saturday slate of games. Again, a phenomenal schedule. Keep an eye, of course, Ohio State, Notre Dame. What's going to be the difference?
I think it's going to be Sam Hartman. It's amazing how good that team has looked since he's been there. He's calmed everything down, distributed the football to the right people. And I think, yeah, that'll be the difference in that game for them. Also, the physicality up front for Notre Dame.
Texas, Baylor on ABC, and, of course, Penn State and Iowa. Massive showdown in the Big Ten under the lights and a whiteout. More after this.
This halftime report is presented by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Save this sleeve. Grab Kleenex.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, Coach.
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
Popeye's new sweet and spicy wings don't make sense. Marinated and tossed in a blend of chili, garlic, and ginger, as sweet as they are spicy.
Nice catch. Butterfingers.
Just like my Nana. We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Officially, it's a fridge full of beer. Unofficially, it's free AC. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
Dancing with the Stars season premiere live Tuesday on ABC and Disney+.
Will you marry me?
True love and marriage start here.
I can't stop myself from falling.
This season will be like no other, and the conference that exemplifies champions marks a legacy moment in the city that defines extraordinary. The 2023 Pac-12 Football Championship game, Friday, December 1st. The top two teams in the conference leave it all on the field, live at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Secure your seat now. Visit pac-12.com/tickets today.
This halftime report is presented by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We're not done yet. We're not satisfied. We've got a doubleheader coming your way. Eagles, Bucks, 7 Eastern on ABC, Monday Night Football, and then the Rams, Bengals, 8 o'clock on ESPN. That messaging from Dan Lanning, we're not done yet. We're not satisfied. Well, we'll see what Oregon has in store in that second half because, my goodness, Bo Nix, the Troy Franklin, the Ducks offense has been dominant. Colorado gets the ball coming up after this.
Hope. What's my definition of success?
When football was introduced, Arby's and boneless wings weren't a thing. Now they are a thing. And eating $5 boneless wings with fries is the most popular sport in America. Arby's, we have the meat.
Champion! Travis Kelsey is a champion! Twice!
It's my new ringtone.
Travis, zip it. It's your year, big guy. Let's get you ready.
With 16 grams of protein per can and chunky spicy chicken noodle, soup that eats like a meal.
This is Fubo TV. It's a better way to watch live news, shows, and sports without cable. Watch multiple games at once with Multiview. Try free at FuboTV.com.
1 in 8 people have worked at a McDonald's. That's a lot of technical skills, people skills.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's.
And lifelong skills. Learned on the job and off. That 1 in 8 will always have.
I'm on my way, I'm coming.
Make them feel you. Make them feel you. Football's a physical game.
Give the people something